do a sound check. Check 1 2. Test on the sound check. We're just getting set up, and hopefully my computer's booting. So Chris, if you're there, I'd say go ahead and start. Here it is, right here. It's saying upcoming, ain't it? Does yours say upcoming, or is it? It's good. You can hear me. Hear me loud and clear. Blowing and going. Blowing and going. Okay. Well, we are just waiting. Chris, what I need you to do is go ahead and start. That sounds good. So I'm just waiting for my computer to boot up. You know how it works with the computer. It is waiting to boot. So Chris, if you're hearing this, just go ahead and run it, and we'll catch up with you on our end. Probably on the countdown to kickoff, we'll cut it off for a little bit. But so I want to check something real quick. So I want to check one other thing. The monitor, that is that supposed to be for that? Yeah, that's the monitor. That's what it is. So see, if I turn the monitor up, it gives me the audio readout, and I didn't know that before. So, all right, just give us a little bit, folks, and we'll get started.
Well, let me ask you this. If worst comes to worst, you want me, can I bring my laptop up and you plug in?
We could. I've got another laptop. I got your laptop. I've got the laptop. Where's my back? Right here. I've got it, but I don't have anything to. I got to figure out how to run the program. I guess I could run it on some kind of any kind of audio software, right? Right? I'm running it on that. I mean, I really don't need that. Now that you say that, I don't need. Oh, this. When I plug this in, it don't recognize that it has publishers.
Oh, I don't
It
know.
will not recognize it. I've tried and tried and tried.
I remember us doing that. I remember you running
It will
into
not. Oh, there it goes. Look at that.
start talking dirty about it, and it will.
Yep. We'll get started here in just a second, folks.
So we don't need that now.
He's got updated rosters because we've got some of those guys that are hurt back. So it's going to be right at the nut. Does yours say upcoming? I swear, if it has to update one more time.
Is it still trying to update?
No, I'm just saying, you know, for next week or whatever. That's a good picture, Bubba.
Oh, yeah.
For anybody that's on, we're fixing to get started with the coaches show and countdown to kickoff. We'll have all the teams that are in it. We're going to be talking about it. All the playoff matchups are starting to get. Man, there's some big matchups. Well, there's one tonight, and that's not us, right, Dusty? Niceville and Mosley playing for the district, but we'll talk about that later. That really, actually, don't mean a hill of beans the way they've got things now, does it, Dusty? Now, give us just a second. We'll get started here. Give us just a second. Almost ready. We'll get this coach's show underway and then count down the kickoff. Just trying to get low. We just got it.
Hello, this is Dixie Dan Powell. Just like in the courtroom, you got to be bulldog tough. It takes teamwork to get to the goal line and to win the game. Go Bulldogs. Call us, Powell Injury Law, 850-306-2667. That's 850-306-2667.
Well, we're sitting with Coach Thomas Grant. Week 10. I'm just blown away that I'm saying that right now because it seemed like yesterday we had our first game against Rickers. But, well, let's go back. A lot nicer time to sit here with you today to talk about a great win over at Milton. And as you look at your kids' performance, and this is something that we've been talking about for 3 or 4 or 5 weeks now. When these kids get hurt, somebody's got to step up. Mm-hmm. And they did Friday night.
Yes, sir. Patrick Rogers had 5 total touchdowns. He had 113 yards on the ground and roughly 60 yards receiving. So he had a big night. He almost had 200 yards of all-purpose yards. Mm-hmm. His brother Manuel had 97 yards rushing on 9 carries and a 72-yard touchdown run. So, and that, for a freshman, that's a really good stat line. I've been critical of the offensive line all year long. They played one heck of a game Friday night, and then Turtle, he responded to having a really good night.
9 for 14.
9 for 14.
About 40. Like that.
Yes, sir, with a touchdown, and then he ran for 118 on the ground.
Yeah, no interceptions. Where did that come from?
Well, it's just, we want.
It was there.
It was just there. We want to, take what the defense gives us, and we whenever we're in trips or a form of trips, and they don't have a pitch defender on the backside, one of the plays we go to is speed option, and they chose to take the pitch defender or take the end man who were reading and run to the pitch, which as a defensive guy, I'd want the Turtle to have the ball more than Patrick Rogers to have the ball. Right. So and hopefully just rally around. But we did a great job blocking, that play, and I would say probably 100 of his 118 yards was on that one play. So he had a great game. He threw for
on
the option. Well, and even in the passing game, he was, like I said, 9 of 14. That's what. Right around 65-70%, somewhere there, right and we missed a couple throws, had a couple drops, so it could have been a little bit better. But he played, stayed within himself and played a really good game Friday night.
We talked about it, and we go over there every other year. Sometimes we miss, but that's got to be the largest crown on a field. Is that hard to throw an out route with? I noticed a couple of his balls was over the head.
Yes,
Is
sir.
that it's got to be a issue? No?
It's probably definitely an adjustment, but Turtle is a competitor, and he would not use that as an excuse. But it's definitely an adjustment that you gotta adjust to with the way that crown is. It's like when you're on the side, you're running downhill. Mm-hmm. So, but he played a great game, and I'm happy for him.
All the kids. So the defense played good for you. Couple takeaways on the defense.
Yeah, we had 2 interceptions. We had Keyshawn Smith had a pick, and Maddox Reeves had a pick that almost scored.
Almost scored. I wanted the big guy to
yes,
score.
Yes, sir. Almost scored.
Awesome.
So, look, I told the defense Monday, I said, if you take 3 snaps away, we hold them to under 100 yards of total offense. That's how good we were, Friday night defensively. Yeah. So, we want to carry that momentum into this game against Leon.
Yeah. So, and I asked this, and I hate to ask it, but how are we not taking the old injuries? Did we get any new injuries in the Milton game that you're worried about?
Off the top of my head, there's only one. We had a kid that got a bad swollen hand, but I think he's going to be okay. Well, our center's kind of banged up, Foley, but we're going to take the proper precaution this week in practice. He'll just get a lot of mental reps to get ready to go for Friday. We should get Coleman's back, this week, so it'll be another weapon. Yes, sir. And then the couple other ones are still out as of right now.
One of the things we had mentioned pre-game when we was talking is how important that game was last week to get on the momentum for these last 2 games. You feel like the tide. So I know that during the game when we was up, even Scott on the sideline says, "Man, I hadn't felt this in a while on the sidelines." Just the kids really in it.
Well, it's just it's the old saying, winning cures everything. And when you feel good about yourself, especially with a young team that hasn't been in the fire. Like this, just to have the hard work pay off and the preparation pay off, and just to get some confidence about themselves, to believe in themselves again. Look, are we, 35 points worse than Charles Mosley? No. But those nights we were because momentum, turnovers, execution, just the little things, and you look back, Friday night, I always preach, turnovers, we won that, penalties, we won that. Movement in our kicking game, at worst we were tied. At worst, and then movement and contact, I felt like we won. In the fourth quarter, I felt like we won.
Yes.
Those are 5 things that we want to really win. And this was one of the first games probably since Gulf Breeze that we won the majority of those things, and it showed. And look, it goes back. We rushed for 340 yards. It's easy when you can just hand the ball off and good things happen.
Yeah, especially when you chew the clock up the way you do, it helps to keep. Hey, look, when the defense is off the field more than the offense, a lot of the games it seems like they're on the field so much they get gassed, and that opens up for some bad things to happen.
It does, and there's a sequence in the game where we score a touchdown, a pick, next play score a touchdown, get a 3 and out, and then the first play of the next drive. So in 3 consecutive offensive plays, we score touchdowns. That's really what gave us, I guess you could call, breathing room, and separated us from them a little bit more.
I remember us talking about that. That's been a long time since we went scored 3 back-to-back possessions.
Sir.
So that was really awesome. Well, look, when we come back, let's talk about the short week. And going over to Tallahassee to play the Leon Lions here on WAZ 104.7.
Hello, this is Dixie Dan Powell. Just like in the courtroom, you got to be bulldog tough. It takes teamwork to get to the goal line and to win the game. Go Bulldogs. Call us, Powell Injury Law, 850-306-2667. That's 850-306-2667.
We're back with Coach Thomas Grant. Well, we've got a short week. We're Talk to us about your schedule and what that looks like playing on a Thursday night. That eliminates at least one practice, right?
Yes, sir.
In pads?
Yes, sir.
So what does your week so far look like? I mean, how does it?
Well,
Do you start earlier in practicing or about the same? Or?
it's about the same. You know, we'll just try to cram, you know, our Tuesday practice a little bit more than what we normally do, get a little bit more reps, so we may stay, you know, extra, you know, 30, 40 minutes just to make sure.
Great weather.
I'm wearing a hoodie and sweats, so I couldn't be happier. But, you know, Monday we stuck with our normal, you know, walk through, learning the game plan, just, you know, just really kind of, you know, walking them through it and talking about it. Today would be more of a physical day, Tuesday.
Yeah.
And like I said, we'll start at 2:30 and we'll, you know, 2:35, you know, just depending on how the flow of the practice is.
What does Wendy's look like?
Wednesdays will be our Thursday for us. You know,
Okay.
just, you know, this late in the season, you know, is week 10. If this
Right.
was week 1 or 2, we'd probably still be in pads, but we just want to make sure that, you know, we're kind of banged up, and even though we might only have, you know, 3 or 4 guys out, we got a lot of guys dealing with a lot of bumps and bruises, so we want to make sure on the short week that, you know, we are as fresh and healthy as possible.
So we go over to Leon. We don't know for sure at this moment while we're playing this or recording this if it's a 7 or a 7:30 their time start, which would be 6 or 6:30. We think the contract says 6:30. All of their games have been played at 6 our time, so we're going to be prepared to play at 6. So we should know when this is broadcasting. We'll be able to tell the people when we go live. But with that being said, you're leaving probably what about noon, catching
Yes,
a
sir.
lunch and
Yeah, we're gonna head out right after fifth period, and we should depart about 12:15 at the latest. We'll be in Mariana about 2,
Yeah.
2:15 to eat lunch, and then from there we'll get to the stadium probably about 4:30 ish.
and this is Gene Cox Stadium. It's sort of down below the Capitol, I think.
Yes, sir.
Right down there below the. So it's where isn't it a artificial?
Yeah, it's artificial.
It is
Yeah, it's turf.
artificial.
Yes, sir. It's turf. Yes, sir.
Is that plus or minus that your minor? Does it matter?
I mean, to me, it really don't matter. There'll be no divots in the
Right.
field like our practice field, so it'll be high quality for sure. So, but I'm just looking forward to getting out there and another opportunity to get better and these kids let them play the game that they love.
So Leon has, it looks like, 2 quarterbacks system.
Yes, sir.
They've got one that throws the ball a little bit more, one's a little bit more athletic. How do you play against 2 quarterbacks? I guess you've got 2, depending on who's in, or no.
We definitely have a game plan for the more athletic guy as far as, we would like for him to hand the ball off on all the read stuff. So
Right.
we want to, take the
Protect
ball out of his hands. So if it's zone read, we will kind of, give him a read to hand it off, and then we'll rally to the running back. Where if it's the other guy, we want the ball in his hands, so we'll crash down on the running back and make him keep it and be a 1-1 play for our linebacker.
He's
So
throwing about 1,000 yards.
Yes,
so
sir.
they you're looking at 150 yards a game, and their running backs, they don't look like they have any stud guys, like a Tab.
they don't have that now. I think they're very good. I think they got 2 or 3 receivers that can run by you at any time. That was evident last year on the last play of the game.
Yeah.
They had a kid
Yeah.
run by us. So we got to be very aware of being as deep as the deepest guy and keeping everything in front of us.
Last year, I think we won 42-7 or something like that.
Yes, sir, something
They
like
scored that one touchdown on us. On offense, what are they bringing in? So we're going to just check and see what quarterback's going to be in, and that sort of determines on the way you're going to play defense.
Yes, sir.
What about, are we going to play man on their receivers, or do we have to
A
zone
little
in?
bit of both. I mean, we're going to mix it up. I think that's one thing I was very happy with going back to last week is that we mix it up
Yeah.
more so than any of my 15, 18 years here, whether it's with Coach Brunson, Coach Pettis, or Coach Haddon, and we did fairly well for the most part. We didn't blow any coverage assignments, So, the week before we blew 3, so that was a big improvement, and it showed. So,
Yeah.
when you can mix it up and give quarterbacks different looks, they actually have to trust the
Well, it
guys.
takes an extra couple seconds to decide what they're going to
Have our
do.
pass rush,
That's
whether
right.
we're rushing 4 or blitzing. So I was very pleased with us being able to mix calls up last week.
What do you do, staying on defense just for a second, and then we'll go to offense. What do you do with Patrick Rogers, that's probably your best corner guy, to blitz the passer? If he's going to run the ball for you, do you let him go both ways? Or?
Absolutely. If the only reason why he didn't, I guess so-called rush the passer, we were getting there with our 4 for the most part. But if it's a situation where if he needs to go rush the passer, he'll go rush the passer. And he's the type of guy that can rush the passer. If we need to put him on a guy to cover somebody too, he can also do that. So he's definitely a Swiss Army knife when it comes to the game of football.
When you look at what Leon Lyons' defense sets up, what's the plus side for the Bulldogs, and where do you think will be successful as you look at their defense?
Well, I'm hoping we're able to continue this run game that we got going from last week. And
well, they're going to get the film, or they've seen the film.
Oh,
so,
yes, sir.
Knowing that they're going to try to eliminate Rodgers, now all of a sudden you got a guy that's come out block party type of thing, and he's just dominated that game. That's like a sore thumb. So what do you do?
You
run it until they stop it, I guess.
Well, but we're also essentially we're an RPO team, which essentially is a triple option. So one thing that teams have done to us up to this point, they wanted us to hand the take away the Rodgers and the running back. That's going to open up all of our other RPO options. So it will be up to Turtle to make good decisions and get the ball out of his hands quickly. So
and you say Comas is back.
Comas should be back, so that's going to be another added depth at receiver. So I'm looking forward to if they do try to make us pull the ball and get on the perimeter, our receivers having a big game. I know last week they gave up 7 touchdown passes. So they're a 4-man front playing cover 3. Or cover 1, or they're in bear, which are playing cover 0. So if they're cover 0, we have to be able to win 1-1 matchups.
Yeah, do they have the talent and their DBs to do that against us?
I definitely think they got talent in their secondary, but when you're one-on-one with the whole field to cover, you have to be perfect. Or you got to be able to get pressure on the quarterback. So I definitely, like some of our matchups with our receivers and their DBs, but we have to go out there and execute, whatever route that is.
So after this game, we have one more game against the Fort Walton Beach Vikings. What do you do this weekend? You got a Friday night off, man.
I'll probably go watch the Fort Walton Beach Choctaw game. Just to scout and see.
And they're not doing bad, by the way. No, you take their last 2 years with no wins, and all of a sudden they've got 4 or 5 wins.
Yes, sir.
They could come in 6-3 if they beat Choctaw. Otherwise they're 5-4, which is pretty impressive.
Yes, sir. Look, Coach Clayton has done a good job. There's a lot of excitement. They've had 10 new members to their football team. Since January. That A.D. Love from Navarre has come in. He's a tremendous talent. Or from Niceville has come in. So he's definitely upgraded.
What in the world did they start NIL before?
No, it's just I just think it's the excitement of Coach Clayton and.
Kids want to go. And it's an open enrollment there. So, hey.
It's not against the rules.
You don't want to drive and go, you go.
Correct. And he's done a good job, so much respect to Coach Clayton. He did a good job at Gulf Breeze. So.
Listen, we was worried for years after they had the mass exodus 6 or 7, 8 years ago. We knew it was going to take something to get that program back. And it was sad for years.
Yeah.
So that's good.
It is. I kind of feel for Coach Preacher because I think he did a great job there. He didn't have the same talent that Coach Clayton has. But Coach Preacher did a good job, and I even told the principal last year after we played, any coach that has an 0-9 team playing as hard as they played against us last game of the year,
absolutely,
is doing something right. So he's kind of the scapegoat. He doesn't need to be because I think he did a great job there. It's just
didn't have it.
There's more talent there right now, than there was the previous year.
I appreciate it, Coach. We'll talk to you later.
Hello, this is Dixie Dan Powell. Just like in the courtroom, you got to be bulldog tough. It takes teamwork to get to the goal line and to win the game. Go Bulldogs. Call us, Powell Injury Law, 850-306-2667. That's 850-306-2667.
I've been around long enough to not be shocked by anything anymore. But this takes the cake. 38%. That's all. Only 38% of your electricity actually makes it to your home. Just think about how much is wasted. That's the shocking truth. It's appalling and really shocking. Find out more at OkaloosaGas.com.
Guys, listen up. Did you spend too long out on the boat this Saturday fishing? Have you been on the links a little too much? Do you need to get out of the doghouse? Let me tell you where you need to go. Joey the Jeweler. He's on Main Street, right by Desi's. He's got tons of beautiful jewels to win your girl back over. And make sure to go like and share his Facebook page. He's always doing great giveaways, so you have a chance to win something free for your girl. So head on over to facebook.com/Joey the Jeweler. Or you guys could just ask Siri what the phone number is.
Hey Siri, what is the phone number to Joey the Jeweler?
Joey the Jeweler's phone number is 850-682-1980.
Hey football fans, this is Greg Watson with Till & Waters Real Estate, here with a thought for potential homebuyers about recent interest changes and their effect on the local market. Fact is, builders and sellers have pretty much adjusted prices to offset interest rate increases, so a monthly payment today is not much different than it was at the beginning of the year. So don't think you might have waited too long to buy a home. Let's get together and find what's out there for you. Drop me a line or give me a call at 256.
From the smallest ding to the unexpected fender bender, Crestview Paint and Body can handle the repairs. Crestview Paint and Body works with all insurance companies to make sure that your vehicle is repaired correctly and back into your driveway as quick as possible. Crestview Paint and Body, family owned and operated and doing business the right way for over 5 decades. For towing and body repair, 850-682-5257. Crestview Paint and Body, for a job done right.
Hello friends, this is Brandon Martin, General Manager of Blackwater Golf Club here in Crestview, Florida. From the newly renovated 18 holes to the Top Tracer driving range, Blackwater has something to offer for everybody. Open 7 days a week for the best pricing. Book your tee times in advance.
KC Electric has been the longest running sponsor of the Big Red Machine Show, and WAAZ and Crestview High School appreciates KC Electric for their support. KC Electric has served Okaloosa and Walton County since 1948. That's right, 1948. You've got to be doing something right to be able to say that. KC Electric can handle all your AC, heating, and electrical needs. A Carrier dealer, KC Electric services all brands of AC units.
Have you recently received your home or auto insurance renewal and are coming down with a case of sticker shock? This is Dusty Holloway of the Holloway Agency, and we may be able to help you out with that problem. Our office is an independent insurance agency, and we represent multiple A-rated carriers. Feel free to give us a call at 850-682-1900, or you can drop by our office at 168 West Woodruff Avenue in
About Brackney Funeral Home. We recently lost our grandmother, and thanks to the kind, professional, and caring staff, it just felt like being with family. She had made all of her decisions in advance, so it was a very seamless process. So thank you, Brackney Funeral Home, for treating our family like yours. If you don't know where they're located, they're at
Well, here it is, countdown to kickoff, where we cover all 30 teams in Northwest Florida and South Alabama. And this year it's sponsored by the Holloway Agency.
This is Dusty Holloway, owner of the Holloway Agency, and we are proud supporters of the Crestview Bulldogs. The Holloway Agency is your locally owned and operated independent insurance agency, and we offer a full line of coverages for all of your home, auto, business, and life insurance needs. Our offices are located at 168 West Woodruff Avenue in historic downtown Crestview. Feel free to drop in, or you can give us a call at 850-682-1900, or you can go to our website at www.thehollowayagency.com. Go Dogs!
who likes to call a game on Thursday night? This is our second Thursday night game, right?
It is. Yep.
We have one other team playing tonight. That's Niceville, and they're over at Mosley. That's not too far away, but they're playing Mosley tonight, so we'll talk about that. A lot of great stuff. Week 10, Dusty, is gone. The season is gone. You know what that means, though?
The holidays are right here.
But you know what that means?
Cold weather.
But you know what that means?
What?
We gauge the last game. I sort of pace father-son based off the end of the football season.
Oh, yeah.
That we've been doing for 20 or so years, a golf tournament with our, you play with your dad for, 15 or so?
Yeah.
And now I've been playing with Chandler. So I always look at, we're halfway there when the season's over, because it's in May.
And I've always used kind of, once you get to New Year's, after the holidays, it's first of the year, and the next thing you know, you turn around and it's father-son.
Right. And then father-son is football season.
It's football season.
So that sort of thing we over the last 20-something years that we've used. But week 10, some really good matchups. We just broke it down before we went on air here of the playoff situation for the state and our coverage area, and really unique situations for a lot of teams in our coverage area. We'll be breaking that down. But a lot of great games. If you want to get in on the spread, we've had one winner so far, and that's Donald Shad. Got a gift certificate from Joey the Jewelers and the restaurant. So appreciate. I think that was a couple weeks ago. He nailed it on the head. Yep. So let's do it. We've got Region 1. So Region 1R, Region 1, which is one rule, right? Region 1. We've got a lot of teams in this region. First of all, let me just do this. Let's go over who they're playing, then we'll back up and talk about the playoff status.
Okay.
Real quick, let's just run it down. Bozeman's still leading the pack, 8-0. Holmes County 6-1, and they are playing tonight. I want to just skip down. Let's skip that for a second and work our way back up at the top. Graceville and Freeport are playing for, I don't know what. Graceville needs a win. They haven't won this year, so don't know if they'll beat Freeport. They've got to travel to Freeport. Freeport's got 2 wins. They've scored 178 points. Graceville scored 42, so I doubt very seriously Graceville's going to pick up a win this year.
I just don't see it. They've the only team probably that's struggling any worse than them is Pensacola, I think.
Arnold.
In Arnold, yeah.
In Arnold.
That's definitely the 3 teams.
Well, they're on top of those 3 teams, let's put it that way, because they scored 42. Pensacola scored, I think, 9, and Arnold has scored, I can't remember off the top of my head. I think they scored
9.
They've scored 9 points.
Has Pensacola scored more than 7?
I think they had
No, they're still
at 7
because they were open last week.
That's right. So they're on the top of the bottom. Graceville is, but anyways, so they'll probably lose that game. Northview's open in this region. Vernon has a big game, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Cottondale is playing. They're traveling to Cottondale. Cottondale, I believe, is one of those teams that needs to win, if I'm not mistaken. We'll talk about that in a minute. Vernon comes in 4-4. Cottondale 5-3. Last week, Vernon had, and Vernon started out, I think, 0-3.
Yeah.
And there's been a couple teams. Northview the same way. Their 2 losses for the first 2 games.
Right.
And they have run off 6 straight wins. And they're off, but they have put themselves in a situation where they are in the playoff hunt.
Yeah. Baker.
I wanted to save them for
you.
Okay. I wanted. So Vernon has Cottondale. That's going to be a tough matchup. Cottondale last week, if I'm not mistaken, they played that Petula. You remember they were playing some weird, and they beat the brakes off of them 44-6.
There must be something about those teams we never heard of. Petula last week and Baconton.
They beat them 48-8.
Yeah, so 2 big wins.
44-6.
Yep.
And Vernon coming off Jefferson County 40-30, struggling with a team that hasn't won a game.
Right. That's going to be a good game, that
that'll
Vernon
be a
game.
And they let Graceville scored 8 points on them. So should be a pretty good game, but I'm looking for Cottondale at home to pick up that win. Jay,
playing Weewa. Jay comes in 5-3. Weewa comes in 4-4. Weewa's a little bit has a little stronger, maybe a stronger schedule, but they've only scored 88 points this year. Jay has scored almost 100 more points than them. So Jay's offense has done a little bit better, I believe.
Done a little bit better. Giving up some points. They're giving up, about 23 points a game.
Yeah.
So maybe a chance for Weewa to get the offensive juices flowing, but Weewa, they're giving up about 24, 25 points a game, which is right in line with about what Jay is scoring.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, Weewa's just been having trouble putting points on the board, and I look for Jay to go over to Weewa and pick up the win.
And I believe Jay has more to play for
without
than
a doubt.
Weewa. We'll be talking about that. How about Chipley needs a big win? They're 4-2. They take on Taylor County, who is 2-6. They should get that win. They lost a heartbreaker last week against Bozeman, 24-25 at the buzzer. So they've got a lot to prove here, and they need a big win against Taylor County. How about here's the big game: Bozeman and Holmes County. Bozeman comes in 8-0. Holmes County 7-1. They both have done a lot of scoring, but the defense, Bozeman seems like they've got a little bit better defense than Holmes County.
Yeah, Bozeman coming in only giving up about 11 points a game. So defensively doing real good. On the offensive side, averaging, what is that, over
25 at least?
No. That's over 30, about 35 points a game.
35.
Yeah. And
you're in numbers more than I am, so your brain's working a little faster.
And then Holmes County coming in, averaging about 36, 37 points a game. So real close to each other.
Real close. But they're averaging, there's about 35-point difference there, so that's 5 points extra.
Yeah.
But again, you got to look at their schedule. But listen, a great game. That's going to be Friday night. Just a great game you want to be at. I think both of these teams, Dusty, and we'll talk about it in just a second, they're in the playoffs, right?
Yes.
In the playoff hunt. So let's talk about R1R Region 1. Let's talk about the rural games. First of all, there's 16 teams in each, or how many teams in 1R that's going to make the playoffs total in the whole state? That's 16, correct? Is that what we said?
No, there's 24 teams.
24, that's correct.
That get into the
whole
championship.
state championship.
Yep.
There's 4 regions.
Yep.
So that's 6 in each region.
No.
Help me out.
No. It's 20. There's no district champ. There's no region champ in 1R.
Oh, that's right.
So all the region play is just so they group them. Because you got to have regions to say, here's region 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all that's used
all
for.
it is. So you're telling me they're just going to take the top 24 teams in the state?
Yes.
So let's talk about this region 1. Region 2, there's some really good games in that. Let's go ahead and talk about this, and then we'll look at the playoff standings. Asilla Christian's leading the pack, but they're 8-0. They're locked in, I'm sure. But they play a Flint River 8-0. We don't know nothing about. That'll be a great game.
Yeah.
Bluntstown 5-2. Port St. Joe 5-3. Cottondale 5-3, and Weewa's 4-4. We just talked about that matchup that they have against Jay. Bluntstown has Liberty County. Should pick up a win there. Wouldn't you agree with me there?
I think so.
Port St. Joe plays Sneads. That's going to be a good game.
But I still think Port St. Joe will find a way to come out with the win.
Looking at the 24 teams, is Sneads close to that list?
No.
They're not. Okay. So Port St. Joe has more to play for than Sneads. They're at Sneads. Is Port St. Joe in the mix at 5-3, top 24?
Yes.
They are. Okay, we'll talk about that. Cottondale's 5-3. We talked about it earlier. They have Vernon. They need to win. So let's look at it real quick. Like
the top 24 teams in the state in rural division,
1R, yep.
1R, is going to make the playoffs. In our coverage area, who does that look like, Dusty?
Okay. And just to kind of break it down real quick, so what they do with the 24-team playoff bracket, the top 8 teams get a bye the first round.
The top 8 in that 24.
Right. So if we were to start the playoffs as of today, looking at the rankings.
Who are they?
We got 3 teams in our coverage area that would be in that top 8.
That would have a bye?
That would have a bye.
Who is that?
That would be Bozeman. They're actually the number 4 seed.
Okay.
Then you would have Holmes County is a 7 seed, and Bluntstown is an 8 seed.
Okay. So they're locked in, especially if you're taking the top 24.
Yes.
Let's talk about Bluntstown and needing to win that district matchup. Bluntstown has Liberty County. They should win tonight. How far are they in front of? Are they good?
Yeah, your number 9 seed is Pahokee, where Bluntstown is at 6.556.
Okay.
Pahokee is 3.999.
Oh,
so Bluntstown and Holmes County and Bozeman
are locked
in that top 8 for a bye, and which guarantees them their first game the second week
at home
would be at home. Yes.
All right. Is there anybody else in the coverage area in that bottom 16?
Oh yeah. So your 11 seed is Chipley.
Okay.
They could fluctuate anywhere. You've got a grouping of teams there between 9 and 12 right now, which is Pahokee, Dixie County, Chipley, and Chiefland. They are separated by like less than 0.2 of a point.
Wow.
So there could be, and probably will be, some movement there between 9 and 12.
But they're locked, though.
But they're locked for the playoffs. So that first week of the 9 through 24 play, it would be, what would that, the top half of that, so basically 9 through 15 or 16 would host. So, being in that 9 through 16.
Well, you got 16 teams that are, so 8.
Yeah.
8 will host.
Yep. So
who is in the bottom 16 in our coverage area?
So you got Chipley is at 11. Port St. Joe is the 16 seed.
Okay.
Jay, 17 seed.
All right.
They're separated by about 1.2 points.
Okay, those 2 teams.
Yep, those 2 teams. Cottondale is the 21st seed. And Northview, even at 3 and 5, and this goes back to that strength of schedule, how a loss
they
sometimes,
play a lot of big teams like Tate and all those.
You've got some good losses from this way they calculate these points. Northview is the 22 seed, and then Vernon is the number 24 seed.
Wow.
But they are only ahead of Trenton by less than 0.03 of a point.
And Vernon has to play Cottondale, who is probably a better team. Now, Vernon needs to win that game, bottom line.
Right.
On the bubble, is Vernon the only one in our coverage area that's a must-win the next 2 weeks to get to the playoffs?
I would say...
Who's the one right above us in our coverage area?
Northview, and they are 0.3 of a point ahead. They're at 3.8, almost 3.85.
Well, Northview is open. Let's look at their last game, which will be week 11, and that's going to be Walton.
But if they lose that's going to be a good quality loss.
That's a quality loss.
I think Northview's solid.
I mean, they're going to get in at 3 and 6. I mean, 3 and 6. Dusty. I don't know. I'm just saying. Getting in at 3 and 6.
Well,
but they would be at the very bottom. If they get in, they'd be because they're going to lose to Walton. Maybe. Now listen, Walton's had last 2 weeks. They've been in overtime.
Yeah.
Now they played some good teams.
Teams. Yeah. So yeah.
But I will say this: Walton's a lock. They know they're in. Northview's going to have a lot more to play next week.
That Vernon Cottondale game is going to go along. That's a huge game now, just from playoff implications. Because if Vernon wins that game, it's going to solidify them, and that's also going to be a loss for Cottondale Northview's actually probably rooting for Vernon in that game because a loss to Cottondale is going to bump Vernon up one and give them a little bit more cushion.
So a lot of teams in our coverage area in, what is that, Region 1 and Region 2?
Yep.
Is in it. What about Acela Christian?
Acela Christian coming in undefeated, and here's the weird thing, and I guess this goes back to that strength of schedule and how the points are given.
Yeah.
Acela Christian's undefeated, and they are sitting currently as the 15 seed.
Who's some of the teams above them, and what's their records?
Okay.
The couple worst teams that's above them.
So you've got Union County at 4-3.
Okay.
Mayo Lafayette County at 5-3. Chiefland 4-4. Chipley 4-2. Dixie County 6-2. And Pahokee 4-4.
So when you look at their strength of schedule, how far off are they compared to some of them other teams? When you look at their points on their strength of schedule, did we print that?
Yeah, it's on there. So Acela's Christian strength of schedule is a negative 13.22.
Good Lord.
Pahokee is a number 9 seed. Now they're not going to make it inside the top 8, but they're a 9 seed.
All right.
They're sitting at 4-4 as a 9 seed. Their strength of schedule is 4.49.
So a +4.
So a +4. So they are 18 points almost.
18 points on scheduling.
Right.
That they got because of the teams they played.
There's only
Acela Christian. They're going to get in the playoffs, but they're way down.
Right.
They're not. Let's see, 15. Take the top 8. 8. They're going to have a home game though.
Yep.
If they can win out, they'll have a home game.
Yep.
Barely. All right. That was Region 1. So once again, all the way down. Right now, who is going to make it in Region 1? One more time.
One more time. Both going to have buys.
Region 1, right?
Well, yeah, Region.
They're in Region 1, all of them. No? Bozeman, Home County, and who'd you say?
Yeah, they're all Region 1.
Okay.
Yep. Then you've got Chipley, Region 1.
Region 1.
Port St. Joe, which is Region 2. Jay, Region 1. Cottondale, Region 2. Northview, Region 1. And Vernon, Region 1.
Oh, Bluntstown.
And actually, Weewahitchka is in Region 2, aren't they?
Yeah.
So they're actually in there as well. I forgot to check them out.
I feel like it's NBA, brother. Everybody makes the playoffs in NBA.
Yeah. and you know, if we're looking at it, Acela Christian's in there, so I'm used to just
almost
the teams
more
that
than
we
half.
cover.
Out of the 24, you got 12 you think you had there? So that's pretty good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Count
8, 9, 10, 11.
11.
So right at it.
So about half and half. All right, so now we move to Suburban, which is 1S, District 1. That's going to be North Florida Christian. Has a game tonight against Monroe. They'll win that game. Monroe comes in 1-7.
Mm-hmm.
Rocky, do they have a chance to get in the playoffs? They're out of it.
I don't see it happening. They've only got one. I think this is their last game tonight.
Okay. So they could finish 500.
You know,
they're 4-5.
I'm not. They are 2.1 points out of that fourth spot.
Okay.
The fourth spot is held by McClay. So, but I don't know if a win for Rocky against the team that's right above them, is that going to be a 2-point swing?
You got to look at, this is their last game, Rocky's last game.
Yes.
What about McClay?
McClay, it looks like they're going to have one game
They've got
left.
one more game left. Let's see who McClay has. If McClay loses, Rocky could actually get that last seed in their playoffs, and they got Taylor County, who is not
doing
they
good.
come in about 3-5 too. They're 2-6.
Yeah, so it's going to be tough for Rocky.
Going to be tough for Rocky.
Yeah.
Let's move into 2S District 2 now. That has Walton leading the pack, and we've talked to Coach White. Coach White would like us to come over and call their playoff game, so it looks like right now we're set to do that. But now we get into there's no buys in 2S, 3S, and 4S.
Right. The way it works there.
Let's talk about it.
Yep. So, like you said, 2S through 4S, there are 32 teams that make the state championship playoffs. Okay. And in that, there are 4 regions. Okay. You're going to have each district champ.
In the 4 regions. So that's 4 districts.
So there's 4 districts in each region. Okay.
They'll be an automatic
birth.
Okay.
Then you've got 4 at large in each region,
In each
regardless
region.
of district. It's your next 4 points
So
leaders.
there's 4 districts in a region.
Yes,
So in Region 1, which we're in, we have Region 1, 2, 3, and 4.
correct.
So you'll have those 4 district winners,
Yep,
and then the top 4 out of those districts will be at large after that.
right.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the way it works is then they take those 8 teams and seed them based on points. So
Okay.
just because you're a district champ does
Don't
not
mean you're
guarantee
top
you
4.
a home game.
Could be
or-
an 8.
Yeah.
That's what happened to us.
Yeah. So
All right, well, let's look at who they're playing, and then we'll break down the. Walton has got an off night pretty much. They're playing Pensacola at Pensacola tomorrow night. Pensacola, of course, is 0-8. We just talked about it. They've only scored 7 points, so Walton will get a win there.
and I tell you what, that's going. I think that's going to be. That's actually a good game, I think, for Walton. They've had 2 tough games the last 2
you're
weeks.
Exactly right.
To kind of,
You let some of your guys rest.
well, you're going to get them in. They're going to play a quarter, maybe close to halftime. This thing will be running. I'm going to go ahead and call it. This will be
Running
running
clock?
clock second half.
Well, they end with Northview next Friday night, so that's going to be a good game for them. Northview really needs to win that game. If Walton is a lock, that's going to be tough.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting how that plays out. Pensacola Catholic is playing their arch rival in this district, West Florida Tech. Catholic comes in 6-2. West Florida Tech off year to say the least from what they've turned their how they've been in the past.
And they were off last week.
They were off last week, but they're coming in 3-4. It is at Catholic. Both these teams have scored over 200 points this year total. Catholic comes off of a big win against Monroe, 42-7. Like you said, West Florida was off the week before they beat Pensacola 41-7. So both teams capable of scoring. Is any of it? I know Catholic's probably in it.
Catholic's in. Catholic's strength of schedule this year has been a little bit tougher schedule.
Okay.
So West Florida was a team I think there were some high hopes for, and I think 3-4. And most everybody would tell you that's kind of a disappointing year. Not what a lot of folks expected for West Florida this year. Both teams averaging about 30 points a game. Both teams giving up about 20. Was that 20? Right around 20 points a game.
Yeah, about
20 points a game.
So has West Florida got a chance? You're looking at the top 8 teams total in the region, right?
To get in?
To get in, or they?
No.
Are they even on that sheet?
No, they are. They're 10th.
They're 10th, but you got to be 8.
Right, and they are 3.5 points almost out of
from 8.
From 8.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they don't have a chance. So Catholic picks up this win. Of course, that solidifies 30-way Catholic moves up. They can't beat Walton. They're going to be at large.
So as of right now, if we looking at it, if it was today, your top 4 seeds, your district champs would be Walton for District 1.
Okay.
District 2
South
is
Walton.
South Walton. District 3 would be Florida High.
Okay.
And District 4 would be Wakulla.
Wakulla.
Yep.
All right. So let's move on down real quick, like to 2SD2. South Walton plays North Bay, which is right under them. This is for the district championship, right?
Yeah. And
this is for the district championship. So if North Bay beats South Walton, that moves North Bay as a district champ.
And right now they're not on the page of the top 10.
They're not even on the top 10 even. So that slides them up, and South Walton would be an at-large bid, right?
Yeah, they would be trying to hang on.
Now, before I say that, hold on just one second. Let's just look.
No, there's
that's
lot right.
not correct. They're 0-2.
0-2. Okay, that's big.
They're 0-2 in the district, so they lost to Bay, I think it was. That's right.
But I will say this, even though that's okay, yeah.
Can't do it.
Never mind. Because
well, let's just see what Walton is in their district. They are 2-0. So they're a lock.
Yeah.
They're the district champs. All right. So Walton plays North Bay. North Bay has nothing to play for. It is at North Bay. I say they don't have nothing to play for. To beat South Walton, the district champs, that would be something to play for. And North Bay Haven has scored just about as many points as South. They both look identical.
Yeah, on
as
points
far as
for and
points scored
and
after.
points allowed. Yeah. The only thing that could really happen on this is South Walton with a loss would basically drop from a 7 seed to an 8 seed. Is what
as a district champ.
As a district champ. So, you know, they're and if you're a 7 or an 8, you're going to be traveling. I mean, even if they, you know, lose and they got Mariana.
They have
next
Mariana,
week,
which is not in their district though.
Right. Regardless,
they could be 5-5 and be district champs.
Yes, and go in as an 8 seed.
And go in as an 8 seed.
Yeah.
So the best they could do is 7, roughly.
I think so.
7, but they will be a district champ. So is the top 4 get home or the district champs get home, Dusty?
Your top 4 seeds get the first, you know, get that.
So it doesn't matter if you're a
round.
district champ, right?
No.
Now, if you're a district champion, you're in the top 4. It does.
Right. The only thing, the main benefit of a district champ would be if you're in one of these, and we've seen it before, where district champ can be like a 10 or a 12 seed.
That's right.
And bump up. That guarantees them a spot in the playoffs. Right. But if you are a 10 or 12 seed and a district champ, you're going in as an 8 seed.
Right. Right. So South Walton will not get a home game.
Right. Yeah.
So that's the 2 big games there, 2SD2. South Walton playing North Bay Haven, and North Bay could just wreak havoc on them a little bit. And with South Walton playing Mariana, you know, again, like you said, they're in because they've won the district, but it could put them down to the 8 seed.
Correct.
Bay and Rutherford play each other. That doesn't mean squat. Let's look at 2SD3. We just talked about it. High, 6-2. They're playing Mariana.
Right.
What a great game. Does this have anything to do with the district? Let's look. Right now, High is 2-0 in the district. Mariana comes in 0-2. So it doesn't mean a hill of beans.
Yeah, and looking at the in, like I said, is a solid 6 seed.
All right.
Florida High is in right now currently as a 3 seed, and honestly, they are almost 3 points ahead of Catholic, which is the 4 seed.
So if you look at who they've got left, they've got Marion and Lincoln. Will that drop them out of that?
You know, that's the thing, and I don't know how.
Because they're such a good team.
Right, they're such a good team, and this late in the season, the points have been averaged over a course of now 9 weeks that we're looking at.
That's correct.
So those points, you're not going to see jumps of like 1 point or 2 points.
Maybe 2/10, 3/10, something like that.
Half a point, maybe at most.
Right.
So yeah. So,
Gaston County and Godby's playing each other. Don't mean a hill of beans. Let's go to 3SD1. Now let's go back real quick, like Dusty. Tell me in 2S.
Yep.
Who right now in our coverage area making it?
Yep. So Walton.
And wait a minute. I'm sorry. We got 4 district champs and 4 at large.
Yep.
Who are they?
So your Walton is your number 1 seed, and they're going to be your district champ.
Okay.
It looks like for District 1. District 2 is South Walton is your district champ, but they are currently sitting as the 7 seed.
They'll be 7 or 8.
Yep.
Okay.
Florida High looks like they're going to be your district champ for District 3.
Okay.
And they're currently the 3 seed.
All right. And then
Catholic
is
4 seed.
No. Hold on a second. I mean, who's the 4?
Of the District 4 champ is Live Oak Swanee.
Live Oak Swanee. And so will these district champs besides South Walton? All right. Tell me who's in the top 4 then.
Yeah, your top 4 seeds right now, regardless of district champs: Walton, Wakulla, Florida High, and Catholic.
They have home field first round now.
Yep.
All right. 1 will be playing 8, and right now that is
Walton versus Godby.
Godby.
Yep.
All right, 2 plays 7.
Wakulla versus South Walton.
South Walton travels to Wakulla.
Yep.
3.
Florida High versus Mariana.
Oh my goodness, that's unbelievable. Well, let's go to 3S. Before we do that, don't touch the dial. Hey, if you want to get in on the spread, 850. A couple weeks ago, we won't tell you who he picked. Who did he? He won. Who was that we lost to? It was a couple weeks ago. He picked 25 and nailed it on. Yeah. So if you want to get on that, 850-682-1177. When we come back, we'll have 3 and 4. Don't touch the dial here on WAZ 104.7.
Have you recently received your home or auto insurance renewal and are coming down with a case of sticker shock? This is Dusty Holloway of the Holloway Agency, and we may be able to help you out with that problem. Our office is an independent insurance agency, and we represent multiple A-rated carriers. Feel free to give us a call at 850-682-1900, or you can drop by our office at 168 West Woodruff Avenue in downtown Crestview for a free, no-obligation insurance review.
Welcome back. Week 10. We are breaking it down, giving you in our coverage area who we think is going to make the playoffs based on right now. And appreciate the Holloway Agency all year long sponsoring the Countdown to Kickoff show. All right, let's move into 3SD1. That's Choctaw, Escambia, Pine Forest, Fort Walton, Booker T. And bless their hearts, Fort Walton is right there looking in. We want to see if they're going to make it. First of all, Choctaw has Fort Walton. Fort Walton, do they need to win this game to even have a chance? Or no?
It doesn't affect it.
It doesn't affect it.
They're standing too far away from that
Too
window.
far away.
They can see
They
it,
can
but
sniff it, but they can't
Yeah.
get in.
Yeah.
But anyways, Choctaw, I say Fort Walton has home field advantage because it's at Fort Walton, but it'll be packed on both sides.
Yeah, this is
It's a pride thing.
This is Fort Walton Beach's playoff game. They're guaranteed at least a 500 season,
Yeah.
which compared to where they were the last 2 or 3 years.
Last 2 years, no wins.
Yeah. So this is their playoff game.
That's right.
A win for Fort Walton Beach either to Friday night against Choctaw or next Friday against the Dogs gives them a winning season.
That's right.
So they've got a lot to play for.
Absolutely.
We'll look at Choctaw a little bit. Choctaw's, they're in the playoffs. I can tell you that. They are in the playoffs.
Last week they beat Booker T 49-7.
Yep.
And Fort Walton played Bay, and they won that game. So both teams coming off a win.
Yep.
And, they've scored almost 100 extra points.
Yeah. Fort Walton's, great turnaround season. I think they're trending things in the right direction.
Yeah.
I think Choctaw's still going to be going to be in there. If he's healthy. I think Choctaw's just going to be a little bit too much for Fort Walton.
Escambia 5-3 has Tate, who's 4-4. Escambia comes off that tough defensive loss last week against Pine, which, Pine went down there 2 weeks ago and got their eyeballs beat out of the back of their head, wondering why they drive to IMG.
Right.
It got them a win last week against their rivals, Escambia. Escambia comes off that loss. They're playing Tate. Tate come off of a loss to Gulf Breeze 27.
Yeah, I was a little surprised that Gulf Breeze come in and beat Tate.
Yeah. So a good game. We'll talk about if that means anything. Pine Forest has Booker T. Pine should pick up. They're 5-4. If they win against Booker T, what happens? We'll talk about it. 3SD2 is Lincoln, and that's it.
Yeah.
They're 7-1. So let's look at 3S, and let's talk about that situation. Who's going to make it in our coverage area, Dusty?
Yep. So right now,
let's talk about the district champs.
District champs right now, you're looking at in District 1, Choctaw, and I don't think there's any way they're going to fall out of that, with a loss.
Yeah, they're 3-0.
Yeah. And then District 2, you've got Lincoln. They're going to be your district champ there. In District 3, you're going to have, looks like Lake City, Columbia picking up the district championship there. And then in District 4, Matanzas out of Palm Coast is your district. Oh, no, excuse me. Scratch that.
All right.
St. Augustine.
St. Augustine.
Yep.
We used to play them a long time ago.
Matter of fact, their quarterback, Reed. You remember Colin Reed, the quarterback for St. Augustine? He's actually the starting quarterback. He's been on ESPN the last 2 weeks playing for Western Kentucky. Austin Reed is his name.
Oh, okay.
He's a starting quarterback for Western Kentucky.
How about that?
Yep.
That's cool. So, how about the at-large? You got 4 at-large in these 4 districts. Who are they?
Yeah. So right now your at-large teams would be Matanzas, which is out of Palm Coast, Pine Forest, Middleburg, and Escambia.
Wow. So Choctaw, Escambia, and Pine Forest coming out of 3SD1. So you're telling me Pine Forest is ranked higher than Escambia?
Oh yeah, Pine Forest comes in.
Wow.
Pine Forest comes in at almost 6.4 points.
Now I know why they played IMG.
Might have been. And then Escambia comes in at 4.2, so about a little bit over 2 point differential.
Well, Escambia's got Tate tonight, which is a better win than Booker T. I don't know, like you said, if they're going to be able to make up a difference in 2 games. Escambia ends with Pensacola, and that's that won't get them no points at all.
I can tell you this. Escambia is the 8th seed right now, and they're at 4.2, almost 4.3 points. The 9 seed is Fort Walton Beach. They're at 1.7.
Okay.
So they're not going to.
Fort Walton can't get jumped.
Yeah, Escambia is not going to get bumped from that 8, but they're only 0.4 of a point out of a 7 seed.
Gotcha.
So you're still traveling.
Right.
You're just not going to. You'll play here as it sits right now. You would play Lincoln instead of St. Augustine.
Let's
round.
Real quick. Did we break down? Oh, yes, we did. We broke down who they was going to play. So let's look at who Choctaw, Escambia, Pine Forest, and Lincoln will play.
Yep. So as it sits right now, first round would be St. Augustine versus Escambia.
Now, what is the seats there?
Well, that's 1 versus 8.
A 1 versus 8. So Escambia travels to St. Augustine.
Yep. Lincoln would take on Middleburg. Middleburg would travel to Lincoln.
Okay.
Choctaw would host Lake City, Columbia. Did
we play Lake City, Columbia in 02?
Lake City, Columbia is always a strong team. Here's the thing I'm going to point out about that. If that were something that would throw me a little concern for Choctaw, even though Choctaw is a number 3 seed and would host that game, we look at strength of schedule. Choctaw is at 2.99.
Yep.
Lake City, Columbia is at 8.61. So they've played some tougher competition.
Yeah.
Or teams that have had better records.
And then your 4 and 5?
Then your 4 and 5 would be Matanzas hosting Pine Forest. And
so Pine will travel.
Pine Forest, strength of schedule 5.49. Matanzas, 0.27.
Oh, wow.
So that could be that.
So
it's
that
a 4 or 5 and it
really
could go.
Weak district.
It sounds like it, yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, we're moving to 4S now. We're most definitely not going to be talking about the Dogs this year in 4S, but let's look at the matchups and then we'll break down the playoffs. You have Pace and Navarre tied up at 6-2. Tate, we just talked about them, 4-4. Milton and Gulf Breeze at the bottom of the pack, 2-6, 2-5 respectively. Pace tonight has Milton. That should be an easy win.
Easy win, I think.
I mean, the way the Dogs beat Milton last week should be on cruise control there. Navarre, though, they take on Gulf Breeze, who we just said, surprisingly, Gulf Breeze beat Tate. Did they turn some things around? I think that game will be closer than the Pace Milton game.
Oh, without a doubt.
So Navarre has them at home. So Gulf Breeze goes down the street a little bit, play them. Tate and Escambia, we just talked about it. They have to travel to Escambia. Escambia is 5-3. That's going to be a good game.
Yeah, that's going to be a real good game.
So, looking at 4SD2, of course, us and Niceville's playing tonight. We'll break our game down here in just a second. Niceville take on Mosley. Mosley's 5-3. Can Mosley pull off an upset on a Thursday night at home? That's the question.
They were open last week. Their last game was against the Bulldogs and, put the running clock on us 35-0. Niceville
barely lost to Navarre.
Niceville picked up a big win last week. Again,
Yeah.
a big. When I say big, not a big as far as
lot of
this
points
is a lot of points. Yes. I think Mosley's going to keep this game interesting. I really do. The only thing that I think might give Niceville the edge in this, they are traveling to Mosley, but Mosley has, they've got the wind out of their sails. They started off kind of strong and they kind of slipped, and it's just been wishy-washy. And honestly, they're on the outside looking in for the playoffs, and I don't see any way for them to make it in. So I don't know how much of a gut shot is that going to be.
Let me ask you what kind of gut shot this is. They lost to Leon 26-23, mostly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how does that happen when you get beat 35-0 to Mosley, and Leon gets beat 62-7 against Niceville? I mean, Leon's got so much. We're about to talk about it. Leon's got a lot to play for.
Oh, yeah.
And the Bulldogs, of course, they want to pick up. I know we're trying to get 4 wins here, but Mosley, we'll just see how well they play.
I think
against
Mosley's
Niceville
going to
tonight.
keep that game competitive tonight.
Yeah,
but
I
I still think you're going to see Niceville find a way to do what Niceville
Yep.
does and come out with a win.
They both scored about 300 points, and they've allowed about 130. So
Yeah.
they're really close. Childs has Lincoln. Oh, mercy. That's going to be a tough game for them. Child comes in 5-3. Now they've. I just don't know how they're going to compete against Lincoln. I don't know a lot about Lincoln, but they're in the top there.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it real quick. Like, what is 4SD? Well, let's see what 4S Region 1 looks like. Who's the district right now, district leaders, and the at-large?
So right now, your district leader for District 1 is Navarre, and I think they pretty much wrapped that up with that win last
Beating
week
Pace,
against Pace.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Wow, that was a huge win,
yeah.
wasn't it?
So Navarre
Golly.
got the edge there in District 1. District 2 is Niceville.
Mhm.
District 3 is Buckholtz out of Gainesville. And District 4 is Ponte Vedra.
Okay. All right. At large. Got to be Pace in there, right?
Yeah. So your at-large teams would be Barnum Trail.
Number 5.
Yes. Then you would have Pace.
Number 6.
Childs.
Number 7.
And Creekside.
Childs is above Mosley?
Yes. Mosley is number 10 seed right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, Childs has Lincoln Friday night. How far ahead? Where are those Childs at? 7?
So your number 8 seed Creekside is just a tad over 7 points. Leon is number 9. They're at 6.2.
Okay.
So they're 0.8 of a point out of that 8 spot. Mosley is at 4.75. So they're 2.25 points.
They're not getting it.
I don't see Mosley.
So let's talk about this real quick, like then. So, all right, well, let's give the matchups. 1 playing 8 is what?
So as of today, Buckholtz would be hosting Creekside.
Okay.
Ponte Vedra would be hosting Childs. Niceville would be hosting Pace.
Holy moly. What a game.
And Barnum Trail would be hosting Navarre.
So the only thing that could change there is Leon and Creekside, really.
If you look down, if you're just looking at the points, there's only 0.1 of a point separating Buckholz, I'll go ahead and say it. They're at 18.
Okay.
At number 1 seed.
Is all the districts locked up? Let me just ask you that.
Yeah, I would. Well, I can't speak for. I don't know, Tim, because Barnum Trail is a District 3, and they're a 4 seed, and Buckholz is the 1 seed, unless they're playing tonight.
So 1 and 4 is coming out of this. Can't be the same district. You mean 1 and 5?
Because it's.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Your district championship's got nothing to do with it.
That's right.
It's all seeding based on points.
So those guys are locked up. So is there a team that could get knocked out besides Creekside and Leon slipping in that situation?
Childs is
maybe a seeding issue.
It's a seeding issue, but not getting knocked out.
Not getting knocked out.
Niceville is only a 1/10 of a point out of the number 2 spot behind Ponte Vedra. So
all that's going to help them is round 2, right? Playing a worse team.
Well, it would have Niceville play in Childs first round instead of Pace.
Oh, wow.
That's a big. No offense to Childs.
No,
that's a huge difference.
That's a huge difference.
Huge difference, because I can tell you, Childs is not going to, because one of Childs' games is Lincoln, if I'm not mistaken.
It's Friday night.
Friday night. So Childs is not going to play past Pace.
They're not. And look, Niceville's got a lot to win. They got to beat Mosley tonight pretty bad. They need to win.
Niceville does not want to play Pace the first round. Did they not? I can't remember. Had Niceville and Pace did not play during the regular season this year?
No, they beat North Miami. They beat Milton. They lost to Lincoln.
Yep.
They beat Childs already 19-14, which was a really close game.
Yep.
They beat Choctaw, of course, us, Pine, and Leon last week.
Yeah.
And they wrap it up tonight with Mosley and Navarre.
I was there for both games, for the Niceville game and the Pace game. I think Pace is the better team.
I do
too. We're getting a few weeks ahead of ourselves here.
That's right.
But if this holds true, that's not the game Pace or Niceville wants the first round.
Right, and now it could be solidified. Still not until week 11, right?
Oh yeah, because used to in the day where you had your district champion and your runner-up, that last game 10 was just kind of a throwaway game.
Game 11.
Or game,
week 11.
It was what you call a throwaway.
Right.
It didn't, the playoff brackets had been set. Go out there and play your second and third team.
That's right.
Don't hurt. You don't get nobody hurt. Now, week 11 still matters.
So with Niceville playing Mosley and Navarre, that's 2 really tough games. They have got to go out balls to the walls and play. And Pace, they've got Milton tonight.
Right.
And then they wrap it up with, I think it was an easier team. Hollis Christian, who hasn't won but a couple games.
I will say this about Niceville. They could easily move up to the number 2 seed. I don't see them moving to the number 4 seed even with 2 losses, because they're at 14.3. Barnum Trail is the number 4 seed, and they're at 10.7.
Yeah, they're not going to.
So they're going to either be a 3 seed where they're at, or possibly if they can win, and Ponte Vedra doesn't win, or maybe their quality wins are not as good.
Right.
I mean, there is a 1/10 of a point.
Oh wow!
So Niceville
from second and third.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there is definitely a good chance that you're going to see that second and third. It might shift next week, then shift back, or it might not shift and then shift at the very last week. So
well, we'll try to have everything square for you guys next Friday night,
and we still won't know them because you got the games that will be playing next Friday night. We better be glad there's a chance we're calling that Walton game so we can break it down.
Yeah. Well, next week now, with all those Eastern games will be done before we're done on our very last game. So we should be able to get those games done, and then
have a good idea.
2 weeks, of course, if we're playing Walton, that'll be the first round. No, Walton, they don't have a bye. That's right. That's
one R only.
Yeah. So tonight Bulldogs take on Leon, and Leon again has so much more to play for, trying to get in to the 8 seed. which they only have to jump one team, Creekside,
Yep.
who is only about, 1 point? Or you said 8/10 of
About
a point?
8/10 of a point.
Woo! The Bulldogs have a lot to play for because they want to try to get a couple more wins under their belt,
Yep.
to start it out. So it's going to be it's going to be tough. Now, coming off a good win last week, really going to help. And Leon coming off of a not so good game against Niceville. Let's look at our real quick line before we go off. We haven't even talked about Alabama. Now, Destin, they're open. They are. I mean, they're going to, for a second-year team, man, they are going to have a great
season.
Great season.
Even, worst case scenario, finish it. They only have 9 games. Worst case scenario, they lose next week and they finish at 7-2.
Right.
And Destin next week, they're open tonight. Destin next week will be taking on. Excuse me.
Are they
Holmes County?
Woo! What a game.
That's going to set up, I think, and say a lot for.
Now that's at Destin or wherever they play.
I think that's going to say a lot about Destin and where they're trending as you look to 2024.
How do they get in the playoffs? What do they got to do to with their?
I'm sure there's, because sometimes these startup schools, they might start with 9th and 10th the first year, then add the 11th grade and add over a few years till you get the full complement of 9 through 12.
Right.
And I'm sure you have to compete for so many years before you can ask for admittance into some type of classification.
I got you. Well, let's look real quick. Like we know right now Andalusia's in the playoffs. They're 9-0. Now they're playing a Montgomery Catholic who's 9-0. What a game that's going to be!
Oh yeah,
at Montgomery. So they're traveling a little bit. That'll be a great game to see who wins that.
Averaging almost 40 points a game. Well, let's just call it. They're 1 point away from scoring 40 points a game. Yeah.
W.S. Neal 6-2. They're taking on a team that's 3-5. Excel don't have a clue.
Yeah.
About
W.S.
them.
Neal should pick that one up.
3-5. Lost a tough game last week, but they're playing Strawn 8-1. They've had 2 tough games back to back. Strawn 8-1. Florella 6-2. They played Elba and got their butts beat last week, but they're playing a Kingston. They should win this match.
And we are live out here at Gene Cox Stadium. And we are ready to roll. We're going to interrupt that countdown to kickoff.
Number 19, Isaiah Bingham, and number 3, Kamari Jones.
Dusty's got the side with me, and we're up here in a unique situation. There's hardly anybody here, and I feel like we're at a college stadium. But we're about to kick it off. The Bulldogs deferred, and we've got action underway. And here we go, kickoff. Leon will take it at their own 20-yard line and running around the side, and he's still got some running room out to the midfield, and I see a flag, Dusty. Or did I?
Yeah, you saw a flag, number 19 on
the return
for the Leon Lions. That is Isaiah Bingham, but I think we're going to have a block in the back, and it is block in the back against Leon, so that's going to negate a good opening kick return for the Lions and push them back inside their probably 35-yard line.
And the Bulldogs need that. Tonight we are taking on the Leon Lions. Leon, if they win, they are in. I mean, they have an easy game next week, and they have a lot to play for tonight, Dusty.
Without a doubt. Yeah, like we talked about, they're on the outside looking in, I believe.
That's right.
So definitely got to win and got to have probably some help to solidify a chance at getting in.
And I don't mind telling you, the PA guy is loud.
Well, they're angled right at us.
Right at us.
Speakers.
And we'll get some names here in a minute. Quarterback drops back. He looks over here to the near side. He finds a man, and he'll be down right away. Tell us a little bit about the quarterback, Dusty.
Quarterback tonight for Leon is number 7, Kemp Peoples, coming in with about 1,000 yards passing, 14 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. That reception was made by number 15, Jeremiah Jones, pickup of about 4 yards.
And we have red on red for the Leon Lions and white on red for the Dogs. So we'll do our very best People dropped back. He's in the shotgun. He's going to hand off to his tailback over to the far side. He's got some running room. Still on his feet, and he is out of bounds finally around Dusty, close to the 40-yard line.
40-yard line, but I think we're going to have either a hold or a block in the back on the home side of the field. That was Hepburn, DeRoderick Hepburn on the carry for the Leon Lions, but it is going to be a hold, so that's going to negate a 20-plus yard run for Hepburn.
10 yards from the spot of the foul.
Wow. Two big penalties for Leon right off the bat, or they would be marching down the field. And the Bulldogs need that big time. Coming to the line of scrimmage. Leon setting up. Shotgun formation. Peoples and company. Trips on the near side. One man set out to the top and one man in the backfield. Peoples drops back. He's looking at the top side of the field. He's got a man open. That is his running back coming out of the backfield, and he catches a lot of balls out of the backfield, Dusty.
Yeah, he does. That's Hepburn. Hepburn comes in as actually tied for the lead receiving-wise, 300 yards receiving. Picks up about 25 there. He just kind of come out. Nobody accounted for him coming out of the backfield and picks up 25 easy yards to the Bulldog 39.
Shotgun formation again. Leon on the move here. They are coming in 5-3, and there's off. I don't know who jumped first, Dusty.
It's going to be a false start against Leon. Looks like the right tackle maybe moved and brought our defensive end, Killian, into the neutral zone.
False start of the offense. Remains first down.
We've got I have Mark's watching out of Pennsylvania. I wonder what his weather's like. I'm sure it's not quite as nice as it is here.
They're waiting for that cool front to come through like us.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, it just got cool. We had the sun in our face. Quarterback drops back. He finds a man across the field, and it is caught. No. Did he drop the ball, Dusty?
I don't know if he held that through the reception. That should be an incomplete pass.
Wow.
But they're going to give it to him. And that is number 15, Jeremiah Jones, on the reception inside the Bulldog 30-yard line to the 28. Good coverage that time by number 11, Sean Johns. First and 10, Leon.
Hepburn. Is Hepburn? No. Who's the quarterback again?
Peoples.
Oh, I got to remember Peoples from 02. We had a great Peoples in 02. Just going to be honest with you. Shotgun. He looks over to the far side. He's got a man open, and he is hit right at the line of scrimmage. Yep. Good coverage there for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, a little quick screen pass out to the top of the field for Jeremiah Jones, and a good job that time by the Bulldog defense. I think that was number 6, Brandon Hood for the Bulldogs, making the quick tackle. It's only about a yard pickup for Leon. Puts them at the Bulldog 37.
One man in the backfield. 4 Peoples, I believe that's Hepburn. Number 2 is Hepburn,
yes.
Right? And we have 3 receivers out. Nope, 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the top. He's going to hand off to his tailback, and he's going to hit a line and maybe pick up a yard or 2.
Hepburn met there in the middle by number 25 for the Bulldogs. That's Max Anderson. Not a lot of running room there. Good job by that interior line of closing up any holes. And only maybe a yard pickup, so brings up 3rd down and a long 8. Need to get to the Bulldog about 18-yard line.
I've got to be honest, there may be just as many Crestview fans as Leon fans. They finally showed up. I know it was some tough traffic this time of day over here in Tallahassee. It was tough enough for us to get here. Shotgun formation. He throws, finds a man across the field, incomplete. I don't even know where the guy he was throwing to.
Yeah, I think there was a little miscommunication on the play or the route that was supposed to be ran there. Intended receiver might have been in the direction of Isaiah Bigham.
Gotcha.
He was the closest receiver, but still brings up 4th down, and looks like Leon's going to go for it inside the Bulldog 30-yard line.
8:44 just underway here in the first quarter. Bulldogs won the toss, deferred, and if it wasn't for 2 penalties Leon will be way down the field, but it's not, and quarterback drops back. He's going to find a man across the field, and it is dropped, and that'll be Bulldogs' ball. Bulldogs will have it, 1st and 10 because of a turnover. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
First down, Crestview.
How's it going?
And we are back. Bulldogs will take over 1st and 10. Nocher in the backfield. And who do we have running, Dusty? I can't see.
Looks like number 7, Robinson.
Robinson, yep. Did a great job last week. Nocher's going to keep it. Now he's going to dump it off to his receiver, I believe. Is that Coleman's back?
No, that was number 9, Jace Green.
Oh.
On the reception.
Stopped by 9.
Looked like Nocher kept it on the zone read and was acting like he was going to run. And right before he got to the line of scrimmage, dumped it off to Green.
Here we go. Shotgun formation again. Bulldogs has 3 receivers out. And Nocher looks over to the top side. He's got some run.
On the far side of the field, just kind of ran to that far sideline. Nocher trails with him. And it's an easy pass and catch. Picks up another quick 12 yards. The Bulldogs Leon line territory.
High percentage passes right there.
Yep.
2 of them. 3 receivers for Nocher. Robinson in the back. Is he? And he is going to hand off, and he's got some running room. No, wait a minute. He fooled me. Was that Nocher with the keep?
Nocher with the keeper there.
Okay.
Faked the give to Robinson, and Nocher called his own number, picks up about 6 yards around the 42-yard line.
If you was tuned in last week, we beat Milton, and we saw a lot of so we might pick up right where we left off last week against Milton. Shotgun formation. Nocher on his own about 40-yard line. This time he does give to Robinson. Robinson's going to pick up about 10 yards on the play.
Yeah, Robinson, I tell you what, quick to that hole.
Yeah.
And pops a quick, like you said, probably right at 8, 9 yards. Moves the chains. Bulldogs driving at the line 36.
Moving quickly. Nocher again is going to hand off, and this time he is hit at the line, but maybe pick up a yard or 2.
Yeah, gives it to Robinson.
On the carry,
Not
stopped
much
by
there.
big number 52,
Tried to bounce it to the
Powell.
right side, but had to come back to the middle. Picks up still positive yards. Just gives to Robinson 2 yards on the carry. It's going to bring up second down and 8. 6:45 here, early on in the ball game, no score.
Bulldogs moving right to left on your radio dial. Here comes the blitz. And Nocher's going to roll out here to the near side. He's going to be hit. Oh, looked like a face mask. Did we get a flag or no?
It was actually around his neck.
Was it around the neck? I'm looking through my little screen here, and I couldn't tell for sure. It looked pretty impressive, whatever it was.
Crestview, let's hear it, Lion fans.
It wasn't quite like the play of Miami where the guy got snatched.
Well, they tried to set up the same play to Green that they did early on, number 9, and it just wasn't there that time. A little bit more pressure by the Lions.
This time Nocher has trips out here to the near side. And he'll set up. Plenty of time on the snap clock. 6:30 left here in the first quarter. Now we're going to take a timeout as it ran down a little quicker than the coach thought. We'll be right back. Scoreless ball game right here in Tallahassee, Florida. So I don't know. Oh, while I'm doing that, let me just check to see what it sounds like. And we are back. I think we had a little overtalk on that last commercial. We'll make it up to Okaloosa Gas. Appreciate them guys this year helping us out, Eddie. Eddie helped us one year. I think, yeah, Eddie helped us 1 or 2 years, actually. I can't remember.
Yeah, for sure, 1.
Bulldogs trying to move down the field here. Probably 4 down territory right here. I cannot read that scoreboard. That's the hardest scoreboard to read I've ever seen in my life, Misty. Quarterback throws. Nocher finds a man in the incomplete.
Pass intended for John, throws incomplete.
All right.
Fourth down, Crestview.
Thank you, Mr. Announcement Man. Fourth down, because can you read that? Can you even tell me what's going on over there?
Yeah, Leon, Crestview, 629.
Where's first down, third down? I don't even see that. Well, I don't have my glasses, so that's probably on the back.
Well, no, because it's not on there. They're keeping the bare basics.
Change down there.
Yeah.
The change down right there. Bam.
4th and 8.
4th and 8, as we're showing on the screen there. Nocher has the empty backfield. 5 receivers. Let's see what he does. He throws over here to the near side. A little screen. He's got a man open. He could go the distance. Does he has a touchdown? Bulldog.
Great play call that time. They did a little release, and Nocher under pressure, but throws a little tunnel screen to the receiver. That was Braylon Phillips, and Phillips able to take it in from about 37 yards out, takes it, cuts to the inside. Nobody there in the middle of the field, and it's an easy 30-yard trot to the end zone to put the Bulldogs up early in this game, 6-0, with your extra point coming by Ethan Myers. Kick is up, and it is good. 6:19 left to play here in the first quarter. Bulldogs on top, 7-0. We'll be right back.
6:19 remaining.
Phone number is 850-682-1980.
Little technical difficulty. We'll get it all worked out. Appreciate Joey the Jeweler. All of our sponsors. My brother, I turned down the wrong slider. Didn't even have the commercial run.
Jeez.
No, we'll make it up to him. Crestview going to kick off up 7-0. Let's see what kind of kick we have. A little pooch over here to the side. It's going to be picked up at about the 25-yard line. And still on her feet, but it looks like he'll be wrestled out of bounds around the 30-yard line. That's where Leon will set up shop. 1st and 10.
Bulldogs not wanting to take any chances going deep. And that was number 9, R.J. Bowen on the return. Gets out to right around the 30-yard line.
Timeout, water break.
Water break. I'm gonna go right back to. I'm gonna go back up here, and we're gonna start over. Make sure we do it right.
I've been around long enough to not be shocked by anything anymore. But this, well, this takes the cake. 38%. That's all. Only 38% of your electricity actually makes it to your home. Just think about how much is wasted. That's the shocking truth. It's appalling and really shocking. Find out more at Okaloosa Gas.
Guys, listen up. Did you spend too long out on the boat this Saturday fishing? Have you been on the links a little?
And we are back. Dusty, tonight, Niceville has a game, and hopefully we can get some scores for you. People will hopefully text us in 850-682-1177. And I think I've got it set now. All right, here we go. Leon going to try it one more time as they went for it on 4th down and turned it over. Bulldogs scored. Quarterback drops back. He's going to hand off, and it looks like the Bulldogs are going to get a loss of yardage on that play.
Yeah, big play that time. Number 22, Reese Killian coming in. Tried a little pitch to Isaiah Bigham, but Killian right there makes the tackle in the backfield, runs him out of bounds.
Second down, Leon.
Also 2 yards on the play, brings up 2nd down and 12 for the Lions.
Peoples, quarterback, thrown for 1,000 yards this year for Leon Lions. Shotgun formation. He's going to drop back. He's looking across the field. He's got a man, and it looks like it is dropped.
No, that was great coverage that time. The safety come over, got in front of the receiver, got airborne and almost come down with a great
Third down,
interception.
Leon.
Ball falls incomplete. The receiver had gotten separation from the cornerback, and I believe that
looks
was
like number 3.
Number 3,
is
yeah,
that
is
Parks?
Ahmad Thomas.
Oh, okay. Peoples puts a man in motion, and he's going to fake it to him. He's going to drop back again. Now he throws a little bubble screen or a little screen pass to his running back, and he'll get it out close to the 40-yard line.
That was a little dump pass out to Hepburn, a little safety valve. They had let some pressure come in on Peoples. He found Hepburn, and Hepburn's going to be about a yard short.
4th down and 1 Leon.
First down, and this is a big play early on for the Lions. Looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th and short.
Wow. Well, they don't have anything to lose. They have to win this game to stay in the hunt for the playoffs. So they're out to win this game for sure. And let's see if Peoples and the Lions can pull it off right here. Let's look for a run right here, right up the middle. And they're going to hand it off, and he's going to get a first down, and the Lions will keep the ball.
Yeah, that time they brought in a bigger back. That was number 20.
Brett Rucker picks up a Leon. First down.
And Rucker needed a
Thanks
yard.
to our first down sponsor, RPO Supply.
That moves the chains for the Lions and gives them first down and 10 from their own 44 with 4:27 left to play in the opening quarter. Bulldogs on top, 7-0.
Peoples. 3 receivers on top, 1 to the near side. And the big fullback is still in the game. What did you say his last name was?
Rucker.
Back there with Peoples. Look for a pass, and he's going to throw that little top screen, and the Bulldogs covered it very well.
Great job that time reading that. Peoples kind of eyeballed his receiver the whole time. That was, with the reception, that was Bigham. But number 6 for the Bulldogs, Hood, over there to make the tackle. About a 3-yard loss on the play, so good job.
Man, I just wondered.
Yeah.
Boy, I like that cool breeze that's up here in the
I
booth.
like that a lot.
Shotgun formation trips here to the near side, moving left to right on your dial. He's looking here to the near side. He's going to tuck and run. A little running room, but the Bulldogs get to him quickly at about the 45-yard line.
Yeah, Peoples looking not a lot there. Had to tuck
Peoples
it
on the
in.
quarterback
Gets to
keeper.
about the 41-yard line. He was brought down there
Third down,
by
Leon.
number 52 for the Bulldogs.
That's
Now,
the only
this is
thing.
perfect weather.
It is perfect weather. Supposed to be cool next week
Yeah.
for our final game against Fort Walton. Trips to the near side for Peoples. Peoples looks across the screen. Now he throws it across the middle, and
In and out of the hands of the Bulldog receiver, in and out of the hands of Daniels, into another Bulldog receiver's hands who couldn't hold on to it, back to Daniels.
Peoples looks over to the sidelines to see what the coaches see, and trying to read has. Trips stacked over here. They're tight over here on the near side. Ball's on the near hash. Peoples now being blitzed hard. He got away from one, and he will not get away from the next one.
Good job there by the Bulldogs coming in. Looked like number 32 leading the way. That is Jordan Studmeyer.
Edwards was the quarterback.
22. I'm zoomed in on him. Who's 22? Just in case.
Yeah,
Second down,
Was it
Leon.
22? It was 32?
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
32 produced the original pressure.
I got you.
And then finished off, and I lost track of the other guy that actually got the sack. Sorry about that. But
Did you say 32?
was leading the way. He applied
Well,
the
22 I had on
20. Yeah, Reese come in at the tail end.
I got you. Shotgun formation. Peoples, couple men on top and one single over here to the near side. Moving left to right with about $1:53. Now we have a whistle on the field. Is that timeout?
Delay of game.
Delay of game on the Leon Lions. And that's what, 3 or 4 penalties on the Lions already. And here in the first quarter, there's 2 that were big. One was on that large run back at the beginning of the game that brought them way back, and then the holding penalty. Let's see what the Lions can do right here. Brings up second and a long forever. They're going to throw out to the top of the field, and he is caught after a few yards on the play, Dusty.
Yeah, pass reception
complete
by,
to
that
Bigham.
was Bigham. Brought down by number 5 for the Bulldogs, Phillips. Good
Third down,
overfield
Leon.
tackle by
Okay,
Phillips.
timeout. Are you saying Bigham? Like a biggin? Big N?
Bigham.
Oh, okay. Bigham.
Big 'em.
Like he's biggin'.
Yeah.
Big 'em.
Big 'em.
Got it. 1:20 left here in the first quarter. Bulldogs on top, 7-0. If you just tuned in, Bulldogs taking on a Thursday night Leon Lions over here in Tallahassee at Gene Cox Stadium. Quarterback. Man, in and out of the hands, just off the fingertips.
He went for Bigham again on that deep ball, and Bigham got separation from his
Pass
defender.
incomplete, brings up fourth down.
Off the fingertips, and that's going to bring up fourth and about
Forever.
About 15 or about almost 20. So this is going to force the Lions to have to punt here.
Yeah, it looks like they are bringing out the punting unit.
Maybe
The Bulldogs, I'm really impressed right now.
Lucas,
Listen,
infield
this
on the
team beat
punt.
Mosley. Mosley beat our eyeballs out.
Yeah.
I mean, what in the world? Something, Coach Grant has lit a fire or something. I don't know. And it is going to bounce, and it's going to go into the end zone, is it?
Yep.
Ooh, luckily for the Bulldogs. We'll be right back. It is 7-0.
Are we going to stop the clock?
Punt
I
is
don't know,
down.
maybe. Here we go.
Guys, listen up. Did you spend too long out on the boat this Saturday fishing? Have you been on the links a little too much? Do you need to get out of the doghouse? Let me tell you where you need to go. Joey the Jeweler. He's on Main Street right by Desi's. He's got tons of beautiful jewels to win your girl back over. And make sure to go like and share his Facebook page. He's always doing a chance to win something free for your girl. So head on over to facebook.com/Joey the Jeweler. Or you guys could just ask Siri what the phone number is.
Hey Siri, what is the phone number to Joey the Jeweler?
Joey the Jeweler's phone number is 850-682-1980.
And that's going to be a fake handoff and a nice pass. Oh, it's dropped, Dusty.
God, in and out of the hands of number 9, Jace
Pass
Green.
incomplete.
Green just, he saw open
Second
ground.
down.
He
He just turned just a split second too quick and
started-
ended up not being able to bring the pass in. 2nd and 10.
Started running before he had
Yeah.
a chance, before he had the ball. Shotgun formation. And here we go. Quarterback. Nocher's going to hand off to his running back, and he's got a little running room out top.
Rogers in that time out of the backfield. Rogers able to pick up
Mosley with the stop.
down to about the 28-yard line. Pickup of 8 for Rogers brings up 3rd down and 2.
So one thing about being on Eastern Standard
Third down,
Time,
Crestview.
the one game that really is a great game, it's going to be an hour.
This is moving quick.
But what I'm
Oh,
saying is
yeah.
Ninthfield don't start for another 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And here we're going to have an hour under our belt. That's just part of it. Now this coming month, November, sometime in the next couple of weeks, they're going to vote on how they're going to re-bracket everything. And they're looking at a lot of different options. One of the options is, we talked about them splitting up
That's the end of the first quarter.
the sizes of the
Score,
schools.
Crestview,
It
7,
really won't be
Leon,
too much of
0.
a district per se, and you can schedule whoever you want to. Looks like it is into the first quarter. The score is 7-0. We'll be right back here at Gene Cox Stadium in Tallahassee.
Hey, football fans, this is Greg Watson with Till & Waters Real Estate, here with a thought for potential homebuyers about recent interest changes and their effect on the local market. Fact is, builders and sellers have pretty much adjusted prices to offset interest rate increases, so a monthly payment today is not much different than it was at the beginning of the year. So don't think you might have waited too long to buy a home. Let's get together and find what's out there for you. Drop me a line or give me a call at 256-682-6605, or you can visit my website at gregwatsonrealestate.com.
From the smallest ding to the unexpected fender bender, Crestview Paint and Body can handle the repairs. Crestview Paint and Body works with all insurance companies to make sure that your vehicle is repaired correctly and back into your driveway as quick as possible. Crestview Paint and Body, family owned and operated and doing business the right way for over 5 decades. For towing and body repair, 850-682-5257. Crestview Paint and Body, for a job done right.
And we're back at Gene Cox Stadium. Bulldogs up 7-0. Leon has the ball moving left to right as we move. No, Crestview, excuse me. I've got confused. And the Bulldogs had some running room, still on his feet. And he'll be brought down at about midfield.
Rogers on the handoff, takes it to the right side, bounces it right up around the numbers, up the field, picks
Mason
up 22
Tuchel on the
yards,
tackle.
and the Bulldogs going to try
First
to
down,
get him.
Crestview.
Oh, and looks like there was a jump maybe, Dusty?
I don't see
Looked
a
like I
flag.
saw some movement, but let's see. Maybe the referees are trying to figure it out themselves. And
I think
the chain
had
game
not
wasn't
been
set.
set.
Okay. And that's what it was. Underway here in the second quarter. Bulldogs up 7-0. What a big win last week it was against the Milton Panthers. And Bulldogs are trying to carry things on this week. Nocher hands off to his tailback.
Yeah, Rogers again, not any running room. Good job by the interior line of the lines, not making any running room. 53 leading the way up. McHale White for the line. Pickup of 1 brings up second down line.
Next week we have Fort Walton to wrap it up at home. And then we may be carrying some of the Walton Braves playoff games. Shotgun formation, moving left to right, the Bulldogs. Nocher fakes the handoff, and he's going to throw. Oh, almost intercepted in and out of the hand of the intended receiver.
They tried to find Green again.
By number 4, Bryce
A
Google.
little short route. And just
Third down and long, Crestview.
high. Green tried to go up for it and just could not bring it in. So brings up 3rd and 9, stops the clock with 10:55 here to play in the second quarter. Bulldogs leading 7-0.
All right, so I'm finally getting some feedback. They say crowd noise a little too loud. So now we've got one crowd mic. The PA announcer we can't do nothing about. We're going to try our very best. Little dump pass out at the top. It is caught and still on his feet. Bulldogs. Nice running catch there.
Great job by Rogers that time on a little screen pass to the far side. Takes his time and allows some stuff to develop, a few blocks, and is able to pick up about 10 yards. Moves the chain for the Bulldogs, 1st and 10.
I'm adjusting. Corey, while you're doing that, if you don't mind giving me an update, I have just adjusted now. I am 30 seconds off from YouTube. Shotgun formation, trips out here to the near side. And we have a handoff to the top side. A few yards on the play.
Yep, handoff to Rogers. I like how so far in this game, the Bulldogs working Rogers and Robinson together. Rogers, after a few good plays, comes out, going to get him a little break, bringing Robinson back in beside Turtle.
Trips are stacked out here, but we've got a whistle. And what do we got?
Timeout, Leon.
Timeout, Leon. We'll be right back, people. Hold on just a second.
Hello, friends. This is Brandon Martin, General Manager at Blackwater Golf Club here in Crestview, Florida. From the newly renovated 18 holes to the Top Tracer driving range, Blackwater has something to offer for everybody. Open 7 days a week for the best pricing. Book your tee times in advance on our website, golfatblackwater.com.
Casey Electric has been the longest running sponsor of the Big Red Machine Show, and WAAZ and Crestview High School appreciates Casey Electric for their support. Casey Electric has served Okaloosa and Walton County since 1948. That's right, 1948. You've got to be doing something right to be able to say that. Casey Electric can handle all your AC, heating, and electrical needs. A Carrier dealer, Casey Electric services all brands of AC units. Give Casey Electric a call. 682-3037. That's 682-3037.
And we're back here at Gene Cox. Bulldog has the ball. And they're going to, Nocher's going to keep it. And he'll be brought down after a few yards.
Yeah, fakes the handoff to Robinson, and Nocher calls his own number.
3rd and short, Crestview.
Gets down inside the 30-yard line to the 29, so 3rd and less than a yard.
The PA guy, I think he feels like, now the field does look college reminiscent, but we've got enough people.
It's reverberating off the empty
It's
bleachers.
reverberating. There's about 100 people total out here, and I feel like I'm at a little league. Shotgun, quarterback, finds a man open. It's going to be a touchdown, Bulldogs.
Side, and Rogers able to take it in, pass and catch from 29 yards, 9:16 left to play here in the half, and that puts the Bulldogs up 13-0 with the extra point coming up. That is, you're picking yourself up. Okay. Except now. Myers in to try the extra point for the Dogs to make this a 14-0 game. Kick is up, and that is no good. Wide right.
No good.
So with 9:16 left to play in the half, Bulldogs on top 13-0. We'll be right.
Have you recently received your home or auto insurance renewal and are coming down with a case of sticker shock? This is Dusty Holloway of the Holloway Agency, and we may be able to help you out with that problem. Our office is an independent insurance agency, and we represent multiple A-rated carriers. Feel free to give us a call at 850-682-1900, or you can drop by our office at 168 West Woodruff Avenue in downtown Crestview for a free, no-obligation insurance review.
I want to share a quick story about Brackney Funeral Home. We recently lost our grandmother, and thanks to the kind, professional, and caring staff, it just felt like being with family. She had made all of her decisions in advance, so it was a very seamless process. So thank you, Brackney Funeral Home, for treating our family like yours. If you don't know where they're located, they're at 480 East James Lee Boulevard. That's Highway 90 right across from Twin Hills Park. And their phone number is 850-683-9898. We highly recommend Brackney Funeral Home.
And we are back. Bulldogs up 13-0, missing that extra point there at the end. And we're going to try to level it out. I appreciate the help. Corey, I didn't pay him enough, Dusty, to come over. You accepted my offer.
Offsides. Yeah. Going to be offsides on the
We have no sideline guy, no camera guy. Pulling Dusty out of retirement a few times this year. How many times have you?
I think 4.
My Lord. What in the world's going on with my crew? Before you know it, next year you're going to come full-blown out of retirement because I think we've got a couple things going on next year. So we'll see what happens. We're going to have all kind of crews out next year. Gene Cox Stadium over here in Tallahassee on a Thursday night. The Sunday go to meeting, and it's almost like eating ice cream on a Sunday morning. It just ain't the same as a Friday night, is it?
No.
Nah. Here's a little pooch kick again. Let's try it one more time, and this time he's going to pick it up at about the 15-yard line. Running out to the 30, still on his feet, and he'll be brought down at about the 35-yard line.
That's Kamari Jones on the return for the Lions. Gets out to around the 34-yard line, and that's where Leon will set up shop. Trailing 13-0 to the Bulldogs with 9:10 left to play in the half.
So the Niceville-Mosley game tonight is for the district, but it really doesn't mean that much, right, Dusty? Except you're locked in for a playoff spot.
Right.
You just don't you're not guaranteed a home field advantage.
Right. The only thing it would do is it would possibly you know what? I think Niceville had enough of, but Niceville
They're
plays
at the
Navarre.
2 spot right now.
Yeah, it's solid, but they got
but
Navarre.
But they do have Navarre.
So they need to win.
Could they drop down to 4 or 5,
To 3, possibly.
Well, that'll be a home. They put a man in motion. Peoples is going to hand off to his big tailback, Hepburn, and Hepburn's going to be close to a first down.
Good hard. And I tell you what.
Did he just call him Big Daddy Hepburn? He did.
Hepburn is a good-looking athlete out
he
there.
Is.
I mean, got those thick quads and everything. He looks like he looks like a running back. Supposed to look. Picks up, like you said, 8 yards.
I'm going to call him Big Daddy too because the other guy called him Big Daddy.
Daddy Hepburn.
Big Daddy Hepburn. Don't know where he's going right now. Is he number 2, Big Daddy?
Yeah.
Hepburn, shotgun formation, 4 receivers, 2 on each side. Now he puts a man in motion. He's going to give to the man in motion, and he's got some running room over here to the near side.
Maddox Reeves comes over, makes a great tackle on the near sidelines. Little quick pitch to Bigham, and Bigham turns it around the corner. Actually, number 40 for the Bulldogs was back there in the backfield, and that was Malcolm Haynes. Just over-pursued the play just a little bit, but Reeves there to run Bigham out of play, but not till they pick up first down yardage at their own 49.
Trips to the top side for Leon. Moving right to left. 13-0 is your score. 8 minutes left here in the first half. Moving by pretty quickly. That's what we want to see in here. Quarterback hands off to Big Daddy Hepburn, and he's going to pick up a couple of yards on the play.
Number 40 again. That time Haynes stays at home, makes a good tackle in the middle of the field. Not a lot there. Maybe a 2-yard pickup for the Lions for Hepburn. Brings up 2nd down and 8.
The crowd for Crestview is a lot bigger than I thought. For a while there, it was only 4. Well, the Simmons got here first. They was here all by themselves until about 15 minutes before the game. Quarterback drops back. He's got a man across the field.
Woo! Tell you what, that was possibly going to be a touchdown pass to Bigham, but a great job by the defender, number 21 for the Dogs. That is Gabriel Goddard. And Gabriel goes in, makes a great job of going up, getting a hand in, deflecting the pass, and brings up 3rd down and 8.
I'll tell you, the guys that we've got a lot of guys hurt, a lot of guys out, and these kids the last couple of games have really stepped up in the backfield. He puts a man in motion. Let's see if he gives it to him. No, he fakes it to him. He's being blitzed hard. Now he's going to dump it off to Hepburn. Hepburn hit behind the line of scrimmage, still on his feet. Moving around. He stays on his feet, Dusty, and he'll pick up a few yards.
Couple of would-be tacklers, but finally finished off by number 15 for the Bulldogs. And that is going to be about a pickup of about 4 or 5 yards on the play, right around to the Bulldog 45. And not surprising here to see Leon going for it here on 4th and a short 5, long 4.
Yeah, I think anything over the 50, both teams will go for it tonight. Trips to the top side. 4th and short, as Dusty said. Quarterback's going to drop back. He's looking around. He's being blitzed hard. He's got to scramble. We got a man on him and 2 men on him. The ball's loose. And that is going to be recovered by the Bulldogs, I do believe, or are they going to say he was down? Either way, it's Bulldogs' ball.
Great job. Looked like number 14 for the Bulldogs getting in there. Don't know if that's – we got 2 – there he is. There's number 14 after 16. Juwan Edwards. So a good job by Edwards getting in the backfield, getting the sack and causing a fumble. But the Bulldogs will take over on downs. 1st down and 10 from the Leon line, 42-yard line. 6:35 left to play here in the opening quarter.
This is absolutely amazing. I am shocked because I thought with Leon needing a win tonight, they're 5-3. They beat Mosley. I'm thinking, man, it's going to be a tough matchup. And listen, a lot of football left. But the Bulldogs are looking sharp right now. Nocher having a good game tonight. He hands off. Oh, hit behind the line of scrimmage. Robinson didn't go nowhere.
Yeah, not a lot of room that time. That's actually Rogers back in
Rogers,
now.
okay.
Yep. And that time, number 53, White come in. It looked like on just a little stunt and got in untouched into the backfield and able to disrupt things and makes about a 2-yard tackle for a loss.
Nocher on about the 44-yard line. He's going to fake the handoff. He's got to roll out here to the near side. He's got a man, and it's caught. Or is it?
Yep, good catch, pass and catch. Braylon Phillips that time on the reception. Good job by Turtle staying. He got some pressure and finding a little pocket, was able to give himself just a couple of more seconds and found Phillips, able to get the ball to around the 30-yard line. And we got timeout for a water break. We'll be right back.
I'm Jenny Powell. I'm one of the attorneys at Powell, Powell & Powell Law Firm. Our family has been invested for over 100 years in Northwest Florida, serving your families for over 70 years. If you're in a car accident, you need a law firm who has the training, skill, and experience necessary to deal with insurance companies so that your case doesn't drag on forever. Let our family take care of your family during your most crucial moments. Just remember, Powell, Powell & Powell Law Firm is here for you. You can always just go to our website at www.powelllawfirm.com.
And we are back. Hey, we've got a big screen out here, and they are running TV commercials, man. I feel like I'm most definitely at a college stadium. Yeah, they shut it off now, right in the middle of the play. Crestview is going to hand it off. And he's got some running room, still on his feet, finally down at about the 15-yard line, Dusty.
Good hard running that time by Rogers. Rogers gets inside the 20 down to the 17-yard line. So give him about another 16 yards on that run. And Coach Grant is wanting tempo here, trying to get the guys moving.
Wow, was he down when he had the ball in his hand? It's thrown a little screen pass out here to the near side, but it looked like the quarterback.
Back judge is calling for something back there.
It looked like to me when Nocher picked up the snap off the ground, his knee was on the ground. So let's see what they call here. I don't know. What are they going to say? I'm a little lost still.
It looks like illegal shift. Or is that illegal shift or illegal sub? Our backs to, with our officials' backs to us.
Yeah, we'll figure it out in just a second. It looks like it's on Leon, though, right? Did we decline?
And I think they had too many men. I think it was illegal substitution.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yep.
Bulldogs has it 1st and 10, 5:30 left here in the first half. It just flew by. Hallelujah. Trips to the near side for Nocher and company. Appreciate everybody tuned in. Share it. Give everybody an opportunity to find us Thursday night, man. Not a lot of people know we're playing tonight. We got a few phone calls myself. Say, hey, you guys playing tonight? We heard you were. Nocher going to throw it over here to the corner, and it is intercepted.
Nope,
not out of – but it was a good defensive play.
Great defensive play. Ball just a little bit underthrown, intended for number 5, Phillips. Nocher, not quite enough airtime under it, but number 1 there for the Lions. That is Simmons, able to make the pass break up, brings up 2nd down and 5.
We got a few, not as many. We got a few spread text in. We'll see who's going to win that. Not near as many because of, I guess, Thursday night. Some of our regulars probably don't even know we're playing. Shotgun. Nocher has 1 man in the backfield. And we're going to toss it to him. Looks like a touchdown, Bulldogs.
Yep, little pitch out to Rogers, and Rogers takes it in from 13 yards out, making it a 19-0 game, and look for maybe the Bulldogs to go for 2 here to try to get it to 21.
Good idea, Dusty. Great thought there. Watch them. I bet you they will. What you think?
What's that?
Go for 2.
Oh, yeah.
We're not competing with another game tonight except the Niceville game. I'll tell you, next, that there's a lot going on in our, I'll tell you in just a second. We're going to go for 2 here. Nocher going over here in the corner. He's got a man. Oh, looks like it's going to be incomplete.
Yep.
And it's going to make it 19-0 here with about 5 minutes left here in the first half. We're over here at Tallahassee, Florida, Seminole Country. We'll be back in just a minute. Bulldogs on top.
CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer since 1999, is state licensed and insured. Chris Coyer, the owner, is born and raised in Crestview, North Okaloosa County. Family owned and operated for 24 years of local service, specializing in shingles and metal roofs. Re-roof repair specialist. If you have any roofing needs, you can call them at 850-683-4169 or visit their website at cqroofing.com.
This might sound like a movie trailer, but this ain't Hollywood. This is real life. We call it the shocking truth. The difference between your electricity and natural gas? Natural gas costs less. Period. So, don't fear your utility bills. Go to okaloosagas.com/truth. Find out for yourself. The shocking truth.
And we are back, and it is a deep kick to about the 10-yard line. Leon's going to pick it up and roll over to the far side. He's got some grass. Oh, no, and it's artificial, and he's got some running room. He'll be run out of bounds, but a great run back. And that's one of the things the Bulldogs have had. That's why we do a lot of pooch kicking, because you kick it deep and you don't have the right coverage or the guys don't cover correctly, or you've got a real fast guy that can catch the ball and run it back.
And I kid you not.
Woo.
Number 4, Bryce Google.
Bryce Google.
Like the search engine.
Really?
Google.
Don't say it too loud. Something might happen. We might be getting searched on or something. Bulldogs up 19-0. Leon's got great field position here. They have went for it. We've got turnover on downs, 2 or 3 times tonight. And Peoples will be in the shotgun formation with 3 receivers over here to the near side. He moves right to left on your radio dial. He's going to step up in the pocket, and he'll take off. He has some running room, and he is finally brought down, but I believe he'll be close to a first down or a first down, Dusty.
Yeah, picks up first down yardage. He put some pressure on him, but could not get to Peoples, and Peoples picks up 12. Finally brought down by number 15, Keyshawn Smith, and number 22, Reese Killian. But Peoples gets inside the Bulldog 30 down to the 27, 1st and 10 lines.
Peoples has 4 receivers, 1 man in the backfield. That is Hepburn. And he's going to hand it off to Hepburn, and he's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage. Maybe lose a yard, Dusty.
I think he loses about 4 yards probably.
Wow.
Looked like Maddox Reeves getting up off the pile, leading the way for the Dogs. So loss of 4 on that run. Just under 4 minutes left to play in the half. Bulldogs on top, 19-0.
Can you believe the year has gone by this fast, man?
Unbelievable. I always say when our football season turns around, you might as well be ready because Thanksgiving's here.
Thanksgiving is here.
Yeah.
Month away.
3 weeks away
Had
from today.
dressing, first day for dressing at the restaurant. We always have that the last Thursday of the month of October. So it is upon us. Drop back, quarterback finds a man open at the top of the field, and he's going to be close to a first down, Dusty. Let's see where they mark it.
Jones on the reception. Run out of bounds by number 15. That is Keyshawn Smith again.
It's second. I say first down. What? I don't know where they're going to mark it. We'll see. They had 2nd and 15. There is a flag on the play, and I'm
way over here.
Way over here. There it is right there.
Way away from the play. Is that
what it is? That's why they're not going to move nothing.
False start.
Oh, it is.
From the line of scrimmage. Woo!
You take away almost a first down, almost 14 yards on the play, and it's -5. So, boy, that's a negative 19 yards. Flip, 19-yard flip from a 14-yard gain to a -5, right?
Yeah, that's 19 yards of loss of yardage.
I'm going to tell you, penalties tonight over here at Gene Cox Stadium is all I want to know because it feels like it. And if that's the case, maybe we need to start playing over here more often. Get a little help. I don't know. Does the Bulldogs have a penalty on tonight? I feel like Philadelphia and Miami situation. You know, that was a 10-0, I think. 10 penalties on Miami and 0 on Philadelphia. Boy, they're throwing a fit about that, too. Quarterback drops back. Throws over here to the near side. And they've got a man open, and they are finally going to get some points on the board as number 13 catches and scores for the Leon Lions. Who was that, Buck?
That was number 13, Kamari Jones. No, excuse me, that's wrong number. That's Bigham on the reception. Just runs a little shallow slant to the middle of the field, little maybe 10-yard slant, and gets behind the defenders and able to take it in. So the Bulldogs get the benefit of a couple of penalties but cannot convert on that. And the Leon Lions get on the board with 3:15 left to play here in the half, trying to make it a 12-point game with a point after. Snap, Peoples to hold, kick is up, and it is good.
Nice leg.
3:15 left to play in the half. Bulldogs on top, 19-7.
3:15 remains.
We interrupt this scheduled program for breaking news. Let's go to our correspondent who's standing by at the toll booth of the Mid-Bay Bridge. Kathy, what can you tell us?
It's incredible, Mike. Cars are backed up as far as the eye can see, and they're all headed to Affordable Homes of Crestview.
The manufactured home dealership on Highway 85? Why?
Let's find out. Excuse me, sir. Why are you headed to Affordable Homes of Crestview?
Because we're tired of the cost of living down here. Homes are way too expensive, traffic is a nightmare, and we've had it with the homeowners associations. My old neighbor sold his house in Destin and bought a beautiful new manufactured home and a piece of property for a fraction of the cost of his old house. Now he's got plenty of space and a lot of money left over since they're better built at less than half the price.
Well, there you have it, Mike. They're headed to Affordable Homes of Crestview, where they can enjoy luxury living at affordable prices. Back to you.
And we are back. Leon Lyons scores finally with about 3 minutes left, in the second quarter. So a drought there. They're going to pooch it over here to the middle of the field, and it is caught at the 20-yard line. Let's see what the Bulldogs can do with it. They bring it out to the 30, and that's about as far as they will go as a host of Leon Lyons brings down the ball. We at halftime. Last week, we had a little technical issue over in Milton, so we didn't play the band show. So we did edit it down and got all the good, juicy stuff for you at halftime that Jody talks about and his assistants talks about what's happening in the next month or two for the Big Red Machine. So we're going to play that at halftime since there's nothing going on. Shotgun formation for Nocher. We call him affectionately Turtle. And he will be set up, and he is going to hand it off to, nice run there for the Bulldogs.
Number 7, that's Robinson back in the running back, getting this series started for the Bulldogs. And that is a quick, I thought it was that is a close. Bad spot. I thought he was down
over the 40. I thought
40.
He was over the 40 for sure.
Give him 9 then.
That's okay. We'll take it. 2:42 and counting here. Gene Cox Stadium. The Bulldogs come over here, and they are carrying things from Milton game, and now we've got a flag, and that may be on the Bulldogs. That might be. Is that their first penalty or
I think
second?
it is.
Not a lot of penalties for the Bulldogs. Coach Grant and company has really cleaned it up over the last couple of games. You know, early on we was having I can't remember what game it was, if it was Mosley or Childs, but we must have had 10 offsides or illegal procedures.
I think that was Childs. I remember watching that.
Mercy, I thought for sure something was broke. Oh, I know, because it was Mosley because they were, or Childs, yes, they were going
Childs
on 2.
Was homecoming, so I was there, yeah.
2, and then they went to 3,
yes.
and sometimes they do it, sometimes they wouldn't. And trips to the top side for Nocher. Looked like a little false start there, but they're going to hand off again. He's got some running room. Look at the run there. Another great run for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, great job that time. That was Robinson again. Robinson picks up right at 20 yards on the run into Leon territory.
Yeah.
Bulldogs going to speed it up here with 2 minutes left to play in the half.
Once again, Nocher in the shotgun. Has he ever not been in the shotgun? Another handoff, and they've got some running room again. And you run it until you can't. You do a Brunson. Run it until they stop it, right?
22 yards for Robinson. And you might see somebody come down with an injury timeout here. To slow the Bulldogs.
That's exactly what happened with 1:41 left here in the first half. We've got a fake injury on the – I don't want to say that. Actually, they're just swapping. They're not going to call a timeout. No timeout here. They're just allowing for a little substitution. Did the Bulldogs substitute? If the Bulldogs didn't substitute, they cannot do that. I don't think the Bulldogs substituted.
Now they're going to call a timeout. Leon does.
I was going to say, you can't. I didn't think we substituted.
No.
But 19-7, Bulldogs are threatening getting close to the red zone. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor here on WAZ 104.7.
If you're in the market for a brand new custom home, maybe you have some commercial work that needs to be done or remodeling, there's one place to call, and that's VLM Construction Services at 850-305-2959. Lonnie Miller and his crew has been working in Florida and in Alabama for over 30 years. If you're within the sound of my voice, they have plenty of home sites available in Crestview and Baker. Don't hesitate to call for any of your construction needs. 850-305-2959.
And we're going to be done, Dusty, with first half before Niceville starts their game. almost a 7:57, and with 1:40 left here in the first half.
Let me just bring this up real quick.
Bring it up.
Our running backs tonight, Rogers, sophomore. Robinson, number 7, freshman.
They're going to hand off again right up the middle. And with 1:30, the clock will run, moving the ball. Plenty of time. I think we have one timeout left, maybe two. Bulldog trying to punch it in one more time before half. If anything, you get 3 points, don't you, to try to get to that 22 or 21 handoff right up the middle and a couple yards. How much are they going to give us?
I think we got 2 timeouts, so we got time.
We got plenty of time. 1 minute left before. Now we do have a guy. Don't they stop the clock if they're going to lay down like that?
Yeah.
The clock is stopped, and they're going to bring out Andrews if they're over here, Andrews Institute. We'll be right back. 19-7 Bulldogs threatening.
Hey, this is Amber with the Cottage Boutique and Formal Wear. Ladies, if you're looking for something for a special occasion, stop in and see us. And for the men, we also offer tuxedo rentals for prom, weddings, and anything that you really need them for. We are open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday from 10 to 1. We're closed on Sundays and Mondays. If you don't know where we're located and you happen to want to stop in and see us, we're at the corner of Wilson Street and Highway 90. And you can also call us anytime at 850-682-2446.
Hey everybody, it's Pastor Josh from Hope City Community Church. If you don't have a home church, I want to personally invite you to come to Hope City. We're currently meeting at Show River Middle School at 9 and 11 a.m. every Sunday morning. We even have special services that are put together just for your children. If you'd like more information, find us online at hopecitycc.com. If you choose to join us, make sure to stop by and shake my hand. I'd love to meet you. But whether it's Hope City or one of the other amazing churches in our city, just find a Bible-believing church that makes a difference in your family.
Hello, this is Dixie Dan Powell. Just like in the courtroom, you got to be bulldog tough. It takes teamwork to get to the goal line and to win the game. Go Bulldogs. Call us, Powell Injury Law, 850-306-2667. That's 850-306-2667.
And we're back at Gene Cox Stadium after that horrific injury timeout. Looks like they were just, it was one of those things. They wanted to stop the momentum of the Dogs, and they did. Hopefully we got 2 plays in, Dusty, right here. I'd say
I think you got 2 calls.
You got to have 2 calls.
Yep.
We didn't have to burn a timeout, so we got an extra time to get our game plan together. Now, what are we doing? They're allowing them to reset. Big Boy forgot to come in the game, and now we've got shotgun formation for the Bulldogs. Robinson in the backfield. Nocher's going to run it, and will he get a first down?
I think he does pick up first down yard.
Well, if he does, it should stop the clock.
Well,
no, they're going to say fourth, Duck. Or are they going to stop the clock to measure? Yep, they're going to say first down. They are going to say first down, so that moves the chain, stops the clock for just a second, and now they're rolling. We got to move. 40 seconds left here in the first half. The Bulldogs threatening here on about the 11-yard line. Nocher, got to snap the ball. Don't go through your whatever. Let's get it moving. And this time we're going to hand it off, and that'll be down at about, now you got to call timeout, right? Yes,
I think
we do.
you have to, yeah.
Yep, call a timeout with 24 seconds left. Get a couple of plays in there and see what we're going to do. We're going to hold it right here because I don't want to miss the action here with 24 seconds left here, 19-7. The Bulldogs really, it's been all dogs. I say it's been all dogs. If you look at the penalties for Leon and the yardage that has taken away, it's about 60 yards, Dusty, that the penalties have taken away for total offense for Leon. Even if you look at the kickoff right away, they ran it back across the 50, and you remember that brought it all the way back to the 35.
Yep.
So the penalties have really hurt Leon. But tonight, if Leon wins out, they're in the playoffs, so they have so much as far as that's concerned. The Bulldogs are playing a man-on-a-mission type of thing here. They're just doing a great job. Let's see if they can keep it up. We've got 24 seconds to try to punch it in right here. Let's see what we can do. 2nd and 6. Shotgun. They're going to fake the handoff and throw it across the middle. And it is incomplete. It stops the clock with 20 seconds. Brings up third down, Dusty.
Yeah, ran a little 5 and in intended for Cole Metz that time, and Cole Metz had good coverage on him. And honestly, Cole Metz makes that catch, he might pick up first down yardage.
Do we have another timeout? That's
but
the
I think
key.
we got one timeout left.
All right, well, that's key for us to score. We need that one timeout, or we got to do something to get a first down. And then spike the ball, shotgun. He looks to the end zone. He's got a man open, and it is a touchdown, Bulldogs.
Comes back to Cole Metz that time. That time it was that little corner route to the far corner. Great throw by Turtle. Good route by Cole Metz. It adds up to 6 points.
Going
and
to go
it's now
for two.
25-7 game, and, yeah, it looks like the Bulldogs.
Might as well. The numbers are all jacked up now.
Yeah.
Does it even matter at this point? 25, 26, 27. Get to 27. What's 26 or 27? Nothing. Absolutely nothing, as Ed Lowe would say.
Nothing.
14 seconds left here. Bulldogs put on a good show first half.
And we get the ball first.
Oh, we do, because we won the toss and
but
if they, well, I mean, maybe by the fourth quarter. Let's don't say nothing. Y'all know what we're talking about. We're over here. Now I'm just going to say this. Let me just go ahead and put a disclaimer. If we're up by 2 touchdowns with a minute left, this show's going to be off real quick in a hurry like. We're over here amongst the Tallahassee people over here. We're shutting this thing down. We've got Sheriff's Department with machine guns out here, okay, people? Y'all should be happy that we drove over here for you, and we are glad we can because our sponsors pay us.
But we would like a little supper before the restaurant shut down, so we don't have to eat the Waffle House.
That's true.
Nothing against. I love a good Waffle House, but just not tonight.
Not tonight.
Yeah.
Not while we're on the road. I want to feel like I'm on vacation. Oh, a little razzle-dazzle.
And
we're still on our feet. Can he get around it?
Oh, he's going to.
Look at this. I want to tell you, that was a run and a half. They got it. The big lady raises her hands. Is that a hallelujah hand raise or a touchdown? It looked like more of a, she was praising the Lord on that one. It was like, wow, I don't know for sure. I just don't know for sure. And that was 2 points. What a great run. Who did that? Was that Rogers?
No, that was number 11, Sean Johns, coming in. Great second and third effort to keep his balance a couple of times, not giving up whenever he easily could have, because it kind of got botched looking there in the middle of the field.
It got botulism, all right.
But did not give up on it and able to get it into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. So that gives the Bulldogs a 27-7 lead with 14 seconds left to play in the half.
And the Bulldogs will kick it off, give Leon a chance to run it back. What do you do here, Dusty? Do you squib kick? Do you kick it out of bounds? Do you try to kick to the sideline, short kick? You surely don't kick it like you did last time.
You know, I've always wondered, if you're not going to kick it deep, we see the pooch kick, why not put it on the ground and just kick something to one of these
upbacks
to the second or third layer? It's not going to be anything. It's going to be bouncing all over the place.
Well, here we go. Let's see what he does. And they're going to go right back to the side over here, and that's going to go out of bounds. So do they take it on the 35 or make the Bulldogs? I would make the Bulldogs kick again.
They're going to make them kick it again.
Absolutely. We've talked about this before. Me and Corey talked about it. Why not, especially in a situation like this?
And I tell you what, the way Myers is kicking that kickoff to the corner, if that ball is about a yard or two
That's
more,
what he was trying to do.
It's got a lot of backspin. That ball did not go anywhere
it
after
stopped
it
right there.
Yeah.
He missed it by about, a yard or two of being in. That's what he tries to do on that. And what are we doing? They're going to take it on the 35.
Surprising.
Very surprising. I mean, with 14 seconds left, make them kick it again. I mean, all it's going to do is benefit you because you see what we're doing. I mean, we're going to play.
3.
I think we're going to play cover 2 on this. Yeah, we got cover 2. Two safeties in the back here. There's your cover 2 right there. And we're going to most definitely try to. They don't have no more timeouts, so they're going to stop the clock with the first down. And here comes the blitz for the Dogs. Yes, little screen out the top, and that is incomplete. And that brings up 10 seconds. Ran off 4 seconds on that. Don't let this 10 seconds take a couple, 3 or 4 minutes. We was on such a great move. Is it 8 o'clock yet?
Yes, 8:10.
8:10 on your radio. That's
8:08.
Eastern. 8:08, 7:08. So Niceville and Mosley is underway. We'll hopefully have, after halftime, some idea of what that looks like for you. And Leon's going to maybe get 1 or 2 more plays off depending on what they do right here. Quarterback draws back. He's looking long. He's got a man across the field. He's got a man open. And that'll stop the clock with 4 seconds. Well, they let it run down to 3 seconds. So they'll have.
Went to one of his primary receivers, Bigham, there. Right across the middle.
Who called a timeout? There's no way they had a timeout. Is there they had a timeout left?
I think so.
Wow. That Leon had another timeout because, you know what? 2 of those were injury timeouts.
Right.
They didn't make them take a timeout. They don't do that, huh? So at halftime, we will have the band show for you. Since we wasn't able to play it last week, we'll play it we played it on the radio. We wasn't able to play it on YouTube. So you'll get a little condensed version at halftime. Jody giving you an update of what's going to happen in the next month or 2 with the Big Red Machine. Going into concert mode. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Little different playing. You're not blowing as hard as what somebody said on the show.
A little bit more difficulty in the music.
Right.
Sitting down, but a little bit more difficult music.
Leon, one last play, and we've got 2 guys standing on the 5-yard line to try to stop. Let's see what they do here. They're going to throw it out to the top side, and that is the end of the first half. And the Bulldogs, how about the Bulldogs up 27-7? Great first. That might be the best first half we've seen this year.
Oh, I think from what I've seen, without a doubt.
Absolutely. Yeah. We'll be right back, and we'll have the band show here in a moment. Hold tight.
I've been around long enough to not be shocked by anything anymore. But this takes the cake. 38%. That's all. Only 38% of your electricity actually makes it to your home. Just think about how much is wasted. That's the shocking truth. It's appalling and really shocking. Find out more at okaloosagas.com/truth. It really is shocking.
Guys, listen up. Did you spend too long out on the boat this Saturday fishing? Have you been on the links a little too much? Do you need to get out of the doghouse? Let me tell you where you need to go. Joey the Jeweler. He's on Main Street right by Desi's. He's got tons of beautiful jewels to win your girl back over. And make sure to go like and share his Facebook page. He's always doing great giveaways, so you have a chance to win something free for your girl. So head on over to facebook.com/Joey the Jeweler. Or you guys could just ask Siri what the phone number is.
Hey Siri, what is the phone number to Joey the Jeweler?
Joey the Jeweler's phone number is 850-682-1980.
Hey football fans, this is Greg Watson with Till and Waters Real Estate, here with a thought for potential homebuyers about recent interest changes and their effect on the local market. Fact is, builders and sellers have pretty much adjusted prices to offset interest rate increases, so a monthly payment today is not much different than it was at the beginning of the year. So don't think you might have waited too long to buy a home. Let's get together and find what's out there for you. Drop me a line or give me a call at 256-682-6605, or you can visit my website at gregwatsonrealestate.com.
From the smallest ding to the unexpected fender bender, Crestview Paint and Body can handle the repairs. Crestview Paint and Body works with all insurance companies to make sure that your vehicle is repaired correctly and back into your driveway as quick as possible. Crestview Paint and Body, family owned and operated and doing business the right way for over 5 decades. For towing and body repair, 850-682-5257. Crestview Paint and Body, for a job done right.
Coming up next, the Big Red Machine Show with your host, Joe Dunn, and band director, Jody Dunn. But first, a word from our longtime sponsor, KC Electric. KC Electric has been the longest running sponsor of the Big Red Machine Show, and WAAZ and Crestview High School appreciates KC Electric for their support. KC Electric has served Okaloosa and Walton County since 1948. That's right, 1948. You've got to be doing something right to be able to say that. KC Electric can handle all your AC, heating, and electrical needs. A Carrier dealer, KC Electric services all brands of AC units. Give KC Electric a call, 682-3037. That's 682-3037.
Good evening and welcome to the Big Red Machine Show for this week's program, and we're glad to have our directors back, Jody Dunn and Sean Dyke and Kim Whaley. Jody, welcome back for the show this week.
Thanks, Pop. I appreciate it. It's good to be back, and I want to say happy birthday to you this week.
You didn't have to say.
Yeah, or wish you the very best and many happy returns. And thanks to WAAZ and Crestview Broadcasting for having us, and for our longtime sponsor, KC Electric, making it through another season here with the Big Red Machine Show. We're glad to be back, ready for another one.
Well, the years surely went by very fast.
It seems like it, and we talk about that with the kids all the time, that, you know, don't blink or you'll miss it. And of course, if you asked me back in June if it was going by fast, I could tell you that at that time it surely didn't seem like it. But here we are at the middle of October already, and looking towards the end of our regular season. And we're happy to report that the Big Red Machine received straight A's and A pluses and all superior ratings, and so our state exam went very well. And
congratulations to the Big Red Machine.
Absolutely, the members of the Big Red Machine really stepped it up. And when we're at events like that, I'm in a unique position, because normally at rehearsals and performances, I'm either up in the tower or in the box watching, but at these types of performances, I'm down on the field with them.
Right down there with them.
And I love being there, because I can see their effort in the faces, and the energy that comes from the performer is just infectious, and it's a lot of fun being down there and kind of getting that perspective. So very proud of the results of our marching MPA, and wanted to say special thanks to the folks at Fort Walton Beach High School, the band parents, for hosting that event. That's a monumental task to host all those bands, and the logistics involved, the parking of buses. Can you imagine all of the buses that came to the event? And just with us and the Niceville band, it was 18 buses or so, and so appreciate all that. And they fed us. We ordered a meal ahead of time, and they had to cook all that food. And if you can imagine feeding all those children,
I saw some pictures.
Yeah, it's quite an undertaking. And so thanks to the Fort Walton folks for doing a great job. Derek Fields, the band director there, and does a great job. Appreciate that very much. And also a big thank you to our band parents. I think the pictures you're referring to were what we call feeding the machine.
Yes.
And so we had earlier that day, before our rehearsal on Saturday, we met in the multi-purpose room at Crestview High School, and our band parents brought in pastas and salads and you name it. It was quite a meal that everybody had plenty to eat and had lots of energy for the day. And we've just got the best parents in the world. They fed them and got them ready and loaded the trucks, 2 of those big rental box trucks. And when we got down there, the trucks were already there and unloaded, and it's just incredible. It allows Sean and Kim and myself the opportunity to teach the music and the drill, and the parents take care of really everything else, and it's not like that everywhere.
Yeah, well,
I can tell you from experience, and I know, and it's I can't tell them thanks enough, really.
Well, they certainly do a tremendous job, and congratulations to all your great volunteers and parents and relatives and volunteers of all kinds to get that job done.
So I tell them every year, come go with us. Come hang around these kids. They will brighten your day all the time, and there's never a day that goes by that we're not reminded of how special it is to get to do what we do with these kids, and they will bring a smile to your face and warm your heart more often than not. So the parents that come along and go with us, they get to see that, and they work real hard, and they take a lot of pride in what they do, and we certainly do appreciate them. And then, just like that, we're kind of at the end of it. So this has been our big push week, last 2 weeks. And during Bandtober, we'll start winding it down, and Sean's going to kind of tell us more about that after we come back from our break.
All right, well, thank you, Jody, and we'll be back in just a moment after this break for our longtime sponsor, KC Electric.
KC Electric has been the longest running sponsor of the Big Red Machine Show, and WAAZ and Crestview High School appreciates KC Electric for their support. KC Electric has served Okaloosa and Walton County since 1948. That's right, 1948. You've got to be doing something right to be able to say that. KC Electric can handle all your AC, heating, and electrical needs. A Carrier dealer, KC Electric services all brands of AC units. Give KC Electric a call, 682-3037. That's 682-3037.
Welcome back to the Big Red Machine Show. This time, let's bring in Sean to talk about some more interesting things about what goes on in band, in the Big Red Machine Band. Welcome back, Sean.
Hey, it's good to be back, and happy birthday as well.
I'm getting older by the minute.
So
thank you.
You're welcome. As we start winding down with our marching season, we start to turn the page over to our concert season, and this is a challenging portion of the year because we're kind of juggling both marching in one hand and flipping into our Christmas concert and concert season in the other. And the real challenge, or one of the challenges to this, is getting our bands to have an inside nice concert symphonic sound, because we've spent 6 months out of the year asking them to play harder, play louder, and put some air in the horn. And now all of a sudden we're telling them to back off, kind of like using your inside voice rather than your outside voice.
Right. That makes a difference, doesn't it?
It's huge, and it's a whole different set of challenges to our concert season. We're just as busy, if not busier, in our concert season than we are with our marching season. We're just not quite as visible in the public.
What about the music? What do you switch to?
Yeah, so we have a different set of styles when we prepare for our state assessments in March. The state requires us to play a march, a lyrical piece, and typically an overture.
Wow!
And the lyrical and overture, they are required from a certain prescribed list that the state puts out each year. So that's our next state assessment that we're looking toward.
And when will that be?
The first weekend of March. I believe it's
for next year. Okay.
Right, of 2024. Right. So another challenge is many of our students in the marching band don't play the same instrument. So our sousaphone players move to tuba, baritones go to euphonium. Our mellophone section plays the horn in concert season, along with various instruments like double reed players, the bassoons, the oboes. They're switching instruments.
Didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's
you see what goes on behind the curtains?
Yeah, that's right.
It's a whole set of different challenges, right?
Yeah, that's very interesting. Well, Sean, thank you for telling us about that. And by the way, any concerts coming up soon?
Yes, we have our Christmas concert.
Oh, yeah.
which is that's going to be in December. It's going to be December 15th at here at Crestview High School in our auditorium.
Okay, well, we'll be hearing more about that too, won't we?
Definitely.
All right, well, thank you, Sean, and good to have you back. And let's bring in Miss Kim.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Well, not to be outdone, happy birthday.
All right, I'm 83 already, or 84, something like that. Well, thank you, Kim. We want to find out what you've been doing at the school with the band, and you, like Sean was saying, you are switching gears. And so what are you doing here for this week?
Well, earlier this week I got the opportunity. There's several local orchestras that, and I'm so glad they do this. They take time out of their season to bring in, it's mainly fifth graders from every school in the county, and they bring them in and they do a performance for them. And so this week I got to play with the Pensacola Symphony. They did theirs Monday and Tuesday. And it's just really neat because we're used to kind of formal, serious audiences, you know. And when they bring those kids in and they have so much energy, and it's a lot of times, this is the first time they see live instruments or hear live instruments being played. Or before this, they may have only seen pictures and books and stuff like that. So it's really important, and I'm just really glad that I'm able to take time and do that because it's I just think it's important to keep the momentum going and keeping kids involved in music.
Still of what's available.
Exactly. They can hear all the instruments and maybe, I really like the sound of that, or that really sounds, that might be fun to play, that kind of thing.
Well, I recall days when I taught fifth grade it was, at Northwood, and they really look forward to that event.
They do, and they usually always get dressed up, and you can tell the teachers have put time into it, and they get dressed up and come to the symphony. So it's really a cool thing.
Well, I'm glad that's being done even today.
Yes, me too.
Well, thank you, Kim, and it's good to see you. And
as Sean was telling you, focus on the transition to some concert literature, getting ready for that Christmas concert. But we also are still going to keep the marching band stuff going because we're going to follow the Bulldogs as long as we can. That will include the final regular season game on November 3rd here back home at Jack Foster versus the Fort Walton Beach High School Vikings. And that game was going to include a couple of special moments. We're going to do a veterans salute during that game. And it's also our senior night where we get to recognize our seniors.
That's a big night.
It is. And then, of course, on November the 11th, Veterans Day, we'll have the Downtown Crestview Veterans Day Parade starting at 9 o'clock on Main Street on Veterans Day, that Saturday. Then we have, of course, as Sean mentioned, the Christmas concert coming up. So lots of things still going on. Busy as always, and perhaps, as Sean said, not quite as visible sometimes, but looking forward to what's next as we continue to do the Big Red Machine. Excited to do that, plus what's next.
And actually no free time. You take advantage of every moment to get something else in.
Someone a few years ago asked, now that football season's over, I guess y'all pretty much through. And I just laughed. I said, well, we're through with that part of it anyway. So looking forward to it. But we're excited right now to be here, which Coach Grant and his staff and all the players, the best of luck, and looking forward to another big game with our cheerleaders and everybody else to come to cheer for the Bulldogs. And it's one of our favorite things to do is to root for our team, and just wanted to let them know that we're here behind them all the way.
All the way. All right. Well, thank you, Jody and Sean and Kim, once again. We enjoyed the show with you today or tonight. Remember, once a Bulldog, always a Bulldog, and
go Dogs!
Hello, friends. This is Brandon Martin, General Manager at Blackwater Golf Club here in Crestview, Florida. From the newly renovated 18 holes to the Top Tracer driving range, Blackwater has something to offer for everybody. Open 7 days a week for the best pricing. Book your tee times in advance on our website, golfatblackwater.com.
Casey Electric has been the longest running sponsor of the Big Red Machine Show, and WAAZ and Crestview High School appreciates Casey Electric for their support. KC Electric has served Okaloosa and Walton County since 1948. That's right, 1948. You've got to be doing something right to be able to say that. KC Electric can handle all your AC, heating, and electrical needs. A Carrier dealer, KC Electric services all brands of AC units. Give KC Electric a call. 682-3037. That's 682-3037.
Have you recently received your home or auto insurance renewal and are coming down with a case of sticker shock? This is Dusty Holloway of the Holloway Agency, and we may be able to help you out with that problem. Our office is an independent insurance agency, and we represent multiple A-rated carriers. Feel free to give us a call at 850-682-1900, or you can drop by our office at 168 West Woodruff Avenue in downtown Crestview for a free, no-obligation insurance review.
I want to share a quick story about Brackney Funeral Home. We recently lost our grandmother, and thanks to the kind, professional, and caring staff, it just felt like being with family. She had made all of her decisions in advance, so it was a very seamless process. So thank you, Brackney Funeral Home, for treating our family like yours. If you don't know where they're located, they're at 480 East James Lee Boulevard. That's Highway 90 right across from Twin Hills Park. And their phone number is 850-683-9898. We highly recommend Brackney Funeral Home.
I'm Jenny Powell. I'm one of the attorneys at Powell, Powell & Powell Law Firm. Our family has been invested for over 100 years in Northwest Florida, serving your families for over 70 years. If you're in a car accident, you need a law firm who has the training, skill, and experience necessary to deal with insurance companies so that your case doesn't drag on forever. Let our family take care of your family during your most crucial moments. Just remember, Powell, Powell & Powell Law Firm is here for you. You can always just go to our website at www.powelllawfirm.com.
CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer since 1999, is state licensed and insured. Chris Coyer, the owner, is born and raised in Crestview, North Okaloosa County. Family owned and operated for 24 years of local service, specializing in shingles and metal roofs. Re-roof repair specialist. If you have any roofing needs, you can call them at 850-683-4169 or visit their website at cqroofing.com.
And we are back. Halftime is over, and the Bulldogs will be getting the return. I need to put this back out there. Hold on a second. Hey, tell us the situation with Mosley and Niceville right now.
Okay, so Mosley, last time we heard, picked up the early 7-0 lead. And like we said during the countdown to kickoff, in Class 4S Region 1, Niceville currently sits as the number 3 seed.
Yep.
Mosley is a 10 seed right now. And with where they are points-wise, the only way Mosley gets into the playoffs is with a win tonight to pick up the district
championship. And Niceville's in no matter what.
Right.
But they don't want to be paired up against Pace. I'm just going to tell you right now.
And that's what we said. As it sits right now, Pace, Niceville would be the first-round matchup.
Wow. Well, we're underway. Third quarter, Bulldogs up 27-7. If you're just tuned in, Bulldogs really looked great that first half. And we have got a kickoff and taking it at about the 10-yard line. Uh-oh, picked it up late, and that is a nasty situation right there. By the way, got a phone call to the station. I confirmed it with the coaches. Number 2 and 7 are brothers.
Really?
Robinson and Rogers. Rogers a sophomore, Robinson a freshman. They are brothers, so the tandem out there. Robinson had just started playing, so I didn't pick up on that. I didn't know that, so we appreciate whoever called in letting us know, and we confirmed that with the coach. Bulldogs deep in their own territory. We'll call it on the 10-yard line. 1st and 10, first play. Turtle out here and almost intercepted at the 5-yard line, but knocked down.
Oh, he was looking for Green in the flat because the defender had broke off from Green, and he was wide open. But number 54, the Lions, jumps right in front of the pass and luckily swaps it down as opposed to trying to make an interception. It would have been a pick six.
It would have. Bulldog just underway, third quarter. 2nd and 10. They're going to hand off to the far side, and he's got some running room, and nice run. Pick up a few yards for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that's going to be close to first down yardage. Yeah, they're going to give him first down. That was number 2, Rogers, on the carry to the far side. Good burst of speed, gets upfield, moves the chains, ball out to the 21, first down, 10 Dogs.
Clock needs to move and not stop. No more passing, please. Especially incompletes. The clock showing 11:20, just underway here. If you just tuned in or just found us, Bulldogs up 27-7. A handoff right up the middle, and look at here, nice run. And how about that run for the Bulldogs?
35 yards for Rogers. Rogers, we don't have a statistician with us, but Rogers has got to be closing in on 100.
Oh, absolutely.
And Robinson,
well, that's 30 right there, right?
That's 35, yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, most definitely. I would say 100 yards would be safe to say. 1st and 10 now across the 40, the 50 there on the 45-yard line, moving left to right. Going to give it to the well one more time. This time it's stopped as Robinson's thrown down. That should be a flag. Did they get a flag on that?
But the ball did come out, and I think Leon did recover.
Oh, wow. So after a good couple runs, Robinson loses the ball. And Leon gets the recovery with 10:47 just underway the third quarter. Then we're right underneath a couple speakers, and hopefully it's not messing up too much. We've turned our microphones. We've tried to adjust them the best we can. But a beautiful night for football. Appreciate everybody tuned in. If you can, share and like whatever you're watching, and get some more people on. And Peoples finds his receiver, and that's going to be about 6-yard gain for Leon.
Little screen pass to the far side to Bingham.
2nd down, Leon.
22 for the Bulldogs. Killian tries to move over from that defensive end spot and get a hand up to deflect it, barely out of his reach.
Yep.
Picks up about 7 yards.
And we have man in motion, and the quarterback is going to hand it off again, and that's going to be close to the first down.
That was Hepburn on the carry. Going to be about, so they're going to mark Hepburn about a yard short.
3rd down and a yard to go for the Lions.
Nice field ties it up. Appreciate the text. 7-7 there in Mosley. I guess that would be shotgun formation again. Over here to the near side, a screen pass is caught. And, it's a headshot. And there's a flag on the play. Saw that coming.
Pass complete to Elijah Bingham.
Pass was complete to Bingham, and he took a big hit. Looked like that was Thomas for the Bulldogs, and it looked like Thomas led with his shoulder.
It was close.
He
led with his shoulder. He hit his head. Can you do that?
Anytime you get that high, even though it's a shoulder shot, you're going to be real tough to get away with that.
The way things are so sensitive today, anything that makes your head jerk around, I guess, And
you heard what could have been some plastic to plastic or whatever type of material the helmets are. I mean, it definitely had that sound to it.
So Leon making a charge here on their first possession that was started on a fumble from Rogers. Quarterback puts the man in motion. He's going to toss it to him, and he's got some running room over there to the top side, and he'll be brought down after a few yards on the gain.
Bingham on the little toss to the far side, stretches it. Good job by the Bulldog defense. Looked like number 6 for the Bulldogs. That is Braden Hood, number 22, Reese Killian pursuing, stretching him out. Short yardage on the game, maybe 2 yards.
I've got the line in view on YouTube, and they all got to be 300 pounds. Where's our guy? We don't have nobody half that size.
Yeah, they got some.
I'm telling you, they've got some big uns. No pun intended. They got Bigham on their team too, right?
Yeah.
Hand off to Hepburn. Hepburn, little juke move, but nothing happening there.
Hepburn on the carry.
Not much at all. Maybe even loses slight yardage, close to a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 9 now Clock running, 8:55 left to play here in the third quarter. Bulldogs on top, 27-7.
If Niceville or Mosley scores, just keep the text coming. We've had a couple people text us the scores. Appreciate it. 7-7 is what we got right now over there. Mosley against Niceville. Mosley has to win that game to get a sneak peek into the playoffs. Quarterback draws back. He's throwing to the corner. He's got a man. And it is caught. Where are they going to mark it, Dusty?
Pass complete to Isaiah Bingham.
And they're going to mark it about the 6-yard line.
Yeah, Bingham got separation from the defender for the Bulldogs. Picks it up. Bingham, sure-handed receiver, one of the main receivers averaging or comes in with over 300 yards on the year. Rucker now back in off to People's right.
People has trips on the top side, but he's going to hand off to the near side. And good play by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that was Malcolm Haynes, number 40. Got into the backfield, brings Rucker down. Good open field tackle. Loss of about 2 yards on the play, brings them back to around the 8. Second down and goal.
Bulldogs
Second down, Leon.
leading the whole game. 27-7 is your score. But Leon's threatening right here. Let's see if they can stop him. Trips to the top. And he looks over to the top. He's got a man across the middle. Oh, that could be intercepted, Dusty.
Yep. That is number 6?
That's intercepted.
That is number 6. Yep.
Nice job of reading that pass. That was Braden Hood. Read people's eyes. He had his receiver open behind, and looks like it might have been a little underthrown, and Hood steps right in. Easy interception in the end zone. So the Bulldogs make a big defensive stand, pick up the turnover, and get it first down and 10 from their own 20 with 7:43 left to play.
Wow, just as Leon was threatening, besides scoring, their deepest threat so far tonight, and the Bulldogs, when they needed a stop, they got it. Now Nocher back on the field to try to finish what they started on that first drive. And they're going to hand it. No, Nocher's going to keep it. And does he pick up about, 5 yards?
5, just shy of 5.
He reads the play. Now we've got another hurt Leon Lyons on the field. And he either has a cramp or, look, the rest of the team says, you know what, you're going to get up yourself. He's going to stay there for a minute.
Yeah, they're not going tempo. Hopefully maybe just a cramp.
Let's hope it is.
Yep.
We'll be right back. Bulldogs up 27-7. Don't touch the dial.
This might sound like a movie trailer, but this ain't Hollywood. This is real life. We call it the shocking truth. The difference between your electricity and natural gas? Natural gas costs less. Period. So, don't fear your utility bills. Go to okaloosagas.com/truth. Find out for yourself. The shocking truth.
And we're back. They got the guy. He walked off on his own concognance. Sort of ran off, actually. Or jogged off. Bulldogs. Second, and we'll call it 6, Dusty. And they're going to give it off this time to the running back. And that looks like Robinson, and he's going to pick up another first down, and he is running with a man on a mission. How about that?
Yeah, that's 20 yards for Robinson out to the 44-yard line. Good hard running. And I tell you what, I'm liking this combination of Rogers and Robinson.
Absolutely.
And guess what? Good Lord willing, you get to call that combination for the next 2 years.
Yes, absolutely. Trips tight, stacked on the near side. Moving left to right on your radio dial. And now we have a whistle. What's it going to be?
Marker on the play.
What's the penalty on? Very interesting.
Ball start on the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs, did they even move? Did they even set?
They hadn't even come to set up.
They hadn't even come to set up. Wait a minute. I think there's a mistake. I don't even know what they're doing. Are they? Uh-oh. The home field advantage has disappeared, Dusty. I'm going to be honest with you, because Coach Grant is like, hey, we wasn't even at the line of scrimmage. Hold on just a second. He's going to say it. He's going to say that they were moving. We wasn't even, well, I don't know. Looked like we were still sort of looking over here to the line. They're going to get a 5-yard penalty on that. So that brings up 1st and 15 with 6:40. The clock's running. That's a good thing. And we'll see what Notre does with it. He's going to hand it back off to Robinson. Robinson, a little spin move. And nothing happening this time.
Yeah, took it to Robinson again, and Robinson trying to work something on the left side of the line. Not anything there. Tries to bounce it back to the center and brought down after maybe a yard or two pickup, gets back to right around the 40-yard line. Brings up 2nd down and 14. Right at 6 minutes left. Bulldogs need to get the first down, need to get to right around the Leon 46.
Notre directing traffic. He has 12 seconds to snap the ball. Plenty of time. High snap. Notre rolls out. He's going to look. He's got to get rid of it or run. He tucks and run. Does he get back to the line of scrimmage, Dusty?
He's going to pick up maybe 2 or 3 yards. Going to still be short of the original line of scrimmage. Gets to around the Bulldog 42 or 43-yard line, so brings up 3rd down and 12. That was a design rollout by Notre that time, and I don't know, maybe just didn't see a receiver they thought he could get the ball to and tucked it in and picked up short yardage.
27-7, Bulldogs on top, moving left to right, trying to keep the ball and the clock moving. Notre looks over here to the near side. He's got a man, but it is.
That's the infamous pass that got Colmetz a couple of weeks ago.
That high hanger. We're going to punt for the first time tonight. That brings out the punting unit for the Bulldogs. And we just need a good punt. We hadn't had a punt in a while. I don't know if we punted over Milton. If we did, it was only one.
Right.
Maybe 2 at the most. So being on, we got to have the full crew out there, and now we do. I don't know. Them guys, they got to stay focused, and here's the punt. Let's see if we get one up, and it looks like we get a pretty good little punt there. Caught at the 28-yard line. We'll be right back. Bulldogs up 27-7. Leon will have the ball when we come back.
We interrupt this scheduled program for breaking news. Let's go to our correspondent who's standing by at the toll booth of the Mid-Bay Bridge. Kathy, what can you tell us?
It's incredible, Mike. Cars are backed up as far as the eye can see, and they're all headed to Affordable Homes of Crestview.
The manufactured home dealership on Highway 85? Why?
Let's find out. Excuse me, sir. Why are you headed to Affordable Homes of Crestview?
Because we're tired of the cost of living down here. Homes are way too expensive, traffic is a nightmare, and we've had it with the homeowners associations. My old neighbor sold his house in Destin and bought a beautiful new manufactured home and a piece of property for a fraction of the cost of his old house. Now he's got plenty of space and a lot of money left over since they're better built at less than half the price.
Well, there you have it, Mike. They're headed to Affordable Homes of Crestview, where they can enjoy luxury living at affordable prices. Back to you.
That he will score. And Leon on one play just put some points on.
8 yards. Looked like that was to number 19, Bingham.
Yep.
78 yards later, and the Leon Lions are
back in the hunt.
Back to within 2 scores.
Yeah. And if they make this, it only takes 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points to go up if the Bulldogs don't score anymore. And the kick is up, and it looks like it's good. We'll be right back. Bulldogs will get the ball back one more time.
If you're in the market for a brand new custom home, maybe you have some commercial work that needs to be done or remodeling, there's one place to call, and that's VLM Construction Services at 850-305-2959. Lonnie Miller and his crew has been working in Florida and in Alabama for over 30 years. If you're within the sound of my voice, they have plenty of home sites available in Crestview and Baker. Don't hesitate to call for any of your construction needs. 850-305-2959.
Hey, this is Amber with the Cottage Boutique and Formal Wear. Ladies, if you're looking for something for a special occasion, stop in and see us. And for the men, we also offer tuxedo rentals for prom, weddings, and anything that you really need them for. We are open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday from 10 to 1. We're closed on Sundays and Mondays. If you don't know where we're located and you happen to want to stop in and see us, we're at the corner of Wilson Street and Highway 90. And you can also call us anytime at 850-682-2446.
Leon about to kick it off here. Late in the third quarter, about 4 minutes left, 4:47 actually. Leon scoring on one play to make it 27-14. There's a little squib kick. Oh, they try an onside-er. We picked it up. Did we pick it up?
Yeah,
yes,
we did. Yep.
Woo. Scared me there for a second. I didn't see the ball, and I thought it acted like we almost had it like we wasn't going for the ball or something.
I think it might have caught us off guard, not thinking about an onside kick, and it was just kind of that delayed reaction, and luckily went straight to the Bulldog up back, number 21, got him.
That's like Bigham.
G-O-T-T.
Bigham.
Gottlieb.
Yeah. Got to get back in the swing of things. Saying those weird names. Quarterback Turtle hands the ball off again, and man, I'm going to tell you, just some great running by the brothers tonight.
Yeah, that's Rogers that time on the carry. He picks up 11 yards, gets it out into Leon territory, down to the 45-yard line, moves the chains, 1st and 10. 4:35 left to play here in the third quarter.
Shotgun, one man in the backfield, and he's going to get it. And there he goes. Still on his feet down to the 30-yard line again. Rogers.
And I tell you what, Rogers is picking up chunks of yardage now in the interior, so tip your hat to that offensive line. They are doing a good job up front.
Left side's doing it. He ran off the left side that time, and that's Simmons and the gang over there doing a great job of blocking and making the holes. And listen, Leon's got some big guys over there, so they're fighting for every yard they can get. Let's see if they hand it off one more time. They're going to go to the well again. This time, nothing happening.
Yeah.
You know, after about 3 or 4 times, back to back to back, they start sniffing it out. 3:50 now here in the third quarter. Bulldogs up 27-14, moving left to right on your radio dial. That's going to be south to north as this field is set up, running from pole to pole. And here we go. Nocher looks over to get his call, see if anything changes. And he moves a guy in just a little bit to tighten up that spread. Now it leaves 2 men out here to the near side. And they're going to drop back, look, and they find a man. And it is caught. Is that a Comets?
Comets, and we got multiple flags back at the line of scrimmage. One come in from the referee, one come in from the umpire. That usually bodes toward maybe a little holding. Oh, illegal man downfield. Your receiver or your lineman released a little bit
too much. I didn't have the camera on the quarterback. Was he scrambling? He was running?
He had some pressure on him.
Another injury from Leon Lyons in this nice cool weather, and it looks like, again, a cramp. These boys are not drinking water or is that an ankle? Or
it looks like they're checking his ankle out.
Might be an ankle situation. Well, while they're checking out the ankle, we're going to go now. Why isn't the Bulldogs over here in the huddle? If that is a injury timeout, can they not huddle like Leon?
Yeah, but I think they know what the play is, and they're just in formation. And
there's another flag dropped.
Well, that was the original line of scrimmage.
Well, they just dropped a flag on the Bulldogs. They just called a personal. Was that mouthing?
No, it was just 10-yard penalty.
For what? That's the question. Why did we just get a 10-yard penalty? And
there were 2 flags on play, both
here we go.
Bulldogs.
Both on the Bulldogs.
One for holding.
One for holding.
One for ineligible receiver
Oh, and they declined the ineligible
They declined.
receiver.
Okay, I got you.
Hold.
I was wondering what. So they waved off one.
They waved off a flag. With the holding
Well, we're a little confused, but that's okay. 3
long
minutes
way
left
to
here
go.
in the
PA
third.
announcer's confused as well.
And he's confused me because he's loud. Don't mind telling you, that's the loudest
He
PA
almost
system.
sounds like he might have him a little toddy up there. He's kind of
Uh-huh. Yeah.
a little drawn out talking, about like the old Okaloosa gas guy.
Yeah, that's true. All right, Nocher looks. He finds a man, and that's a little short. Don't look like that was caught. And it is not. That's going to bring up third and a long 20. That stops the clock, doggone it. 2:50 left here in the third quarter. Bulldogs up 27-14. Next week is the last game for the Bulldogs. Home game playing the Fort Walton Beach Vikings, who's on a roll themselves. They got Choctaw tomorrow night. If they come in with a win, if they can beat Choctaw, man, look out. And Nocher trying to move people around a little bit. Has plenty of time to snap the ball. They're going to throw it out here to a little screen pass. And we'll see if he can pick up a first down. Still on his feet. How about Robis? No, that's Rogers. Getting back to the original line of scrimmage. So do you go for it here? You surely don't punt it.
No, you go for it. I was thinking at the 42-yard line that to make it 2 down territory, you needed to get to around the 35 or in, and we are. So I think this is a good play call.
Yep, and the clock is moving.
Yep.
The clock is your friend. The time moving is your friend. Up 27-14. We don't want Leon to have the ball too many times if we can help it, because we saw what they can do in one play. Empty backfield for Nocher. He looks over. He's 17 minutes to snap the ball. The play clock is got plenty of time. Nocher looks over. Now he's set, ready to go. Drops back. He's looking over here to the near side. He finds a man open. Nice one move, two moves. It's going to be close. It don't know, depending on where they don't give him the surge.
Well, your FAR judge is giving him the 21.
They're going to mark it on the 20, but this girl over here, wow, that was
that
a
is
bad,
not
bad
a good
call.
spot by the near side judge.
No. He was at the 20, and they did not give
not a
him.
good
I didn't
play.
think she was going to do it. She knows what she's doing.
She's got to be moving down the line with the ball, and she's coming in from at an angle from behind, so she's working her way after. I mean, she's got to work herself down the line if she's going to be a line judge.
Yeah,
that was not a good position for her, to make that call.
Probably new at it and don't know. And we've got another. This is amazing how you wonder what is really going on here. This is the 7th timeout because somebody's cramping. I don't really get it. Bad officiating, like you said, on the far side. He was at the 20 thinking that's where they was mark it, but the near side judge, the lady, decided they wasn't going to give the surge. I mean, they backed them up 2 yards. They did.
He did,
but he had made it to
his
the
initial
20.
forward motion had been stopped.
And the first down was at, I think the 21, and he had gotten to the 20. So I don't know. So with 1:45 showing in the third quarter, Bulldogs up 27-14. What you can't do is allow one play and a score.
Yeah.
Let's chew up 5 or 6 minutes here. If they're going to score, you have to allow them to chew up some time and make it a long defensive stand, not a short one. Unless it's 3 and out. I'll take a 3 and out, which we did that in the first quarter. We got a couple of them, All right, here we go. Leon and Peoples puts a man in motion. The ball's on the ground just like that, what we needed. But they recovered. So you never know what could happen. Clock should be rolling, and it is. Let me check, see what I've got here. Somebody just texted me. And it is 14-7. Niceville over Mosley. Appreciate it.
And they're at Mosley, correct?
They are at Mosley. Peoples put a man in motion over there, and he's going to throw to the man in motion. He had him open, and he missed him. And that brings up third down. We don't need no penalties. Try to play as clean as we can.
Third down, Leon.
And with 1 minute and 7 seconds, the clock stopped because of the incomplete pass. Oh, the way that first half moved, I thought we was in gravy train. And they had an extended halftime show.
Had the alumni band.
The alumni band played, which we got a penalty on that, 5-yard penalty on that. We didn't when we did our alumni band. Again, man, that's off. Let's see if they call it on Leon. They should. 17?
How about the 13?
Oh, I'm going backwards.
Yeah,
That's
you're
right.
going backwards.
I'm backwards, back-asswards. All right. 16 seconds to snap the ball. Plenty of time. Bulldogs up 27-14 deep now. Peoples looks over, going to throw that same little screen they've been throwing all night. They've got a man on the loose. The juice is on the loose, and I believe he gets a first down.
No, he's going to be just short. That was number 19, Bingham. You got to account for him. He is definitely the go-to guy tonight.
You know,
for Peoples.
When you put that guy in motion, he throws to him every single time.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Yep.
When he goes into motion, do we not have anybody
now,
on cover?
They're going to wave a first down.
Wow. You are not going to get those calls. I'm telling you. The home field advantage has disappeared. Absolutely. Anything close is now going to go Leon's way. They know that they've got to make the playoffs.
They're sniffing it.
Oh, they're sniffing it. Absolutely. Sapsuckers. Let's see, the quarterback's going to throw to the top side again. He's got a little bubble screen available, and it's caught. And it'll be, I don't know how many yards. Let's don't get too snippy. Bulldogs need to be careful. They'll throw a flag. They're flag happy right now. Absolutely, and that should be the end of the third quarter. With your score 27-14, we'll be back after they swap fields here in just a moment.
Hey everybody, it's Pastor Josh from Hope City Community Church. If you don't have a home church, I want to personally invite you to come to Hope City. We're currently meeting at Show River Middle School at 9 and 11 a.m. every Sunday morning. We even have special services that are put together just for your children. If you'd like more information, find us online at hopecitycc.com. If you choose to join us, make sure to stop by and shake my hand to meet you. But whether it's Hope City or one of the other amazing churches in our city, just find a Bible-believing church that makes a difference in your family.
Hello, this is Dixie Dan Powell. Just like in the courtroom, you got to be bulldog tough. It takes teamwork to get to the goal line and to win the game. Go Bulldogs. Call us, Powell Injury Law, 850-306-2667. That's 850-306-2667.
I've been around long enough to not be shocked by anything anymore. But this takes the cake. 38%. That's all. Only 38% of your electricity actually makes it to your home. Just think about how much is wasted. That's the shocking truth. It's appalling and really shocking. Find out more at okaloosagas.com/truth. It really is shocking.
And we are back. Now we're swapped sides. Leon will be moving left to right on your radio dial, Tommy. Tommy asked me here a while back, why do you say radio dial? What is that? I'm like, come on, Tommy, you're old enough to know better than that. That's what we are. They still say that on the college level. Remember the dial you used to, that little red line you used to go across your dial?
Get it just right if it was kind of staticky.
Uh-huh. It looked like a football field. You're looking at it back in the 70s. Shotgun formation. Peoples drops back. He's got a little dump pass out here at the line of scrimmage, but nothing happening. Great tackle by the Bulldogs.
Yep. Good tackle. Maddox Reeves over there. Started all in the backfield. Reese Killian coming in, putting pressure on the backside on Peoples. Hits him as he throws the ball. And then the Bulldogs come over, make a good stop, and it's going to put Leon in a 3rd and 9 situation. from their own 33. Need to get to around the 42 to pick up the first.
I'm going to be zooming in on these close 4th and inches because I want to see where the ball's going to be marked. Shotgun trips at the top for Leon and company. Peoples and Hepburn in the backfield. Peoples looks over here to Hepburn. No, he's got one across the middle. He's got a man open, but he'll be short at the 39-yard line. Let's see where they. Like, man, I just got hit.
But he got popped. Number 30 for the Bulldogs was coming in there. That is Reed Fleming. Big hit on 3. That is Kamari Jones. Jones going to be about.
Well, I feel like I'm in what's that? What is that ride at Hollywood Studios Tower of Terror? What's that show that they spin that off of?
Alfred Hitchcock?
Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Twilight. I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone right now. I feel like I thought we was going to be out of here early, and that was a figment of my imagination. He's up. He's like, so this reminds me of Little League, okay? We used to have a guy named Sam White. He played on my team. I think he was on my team. Anyways, he got hit one time in Little League. He laid there for 5 or 10 minutes. And where everybody was just so quiet, he jumps up and takes a bow when they started clapping for him. These kids are just jumping up, running back to the line of scrimmage. It's almost like we've got to have time out for me. It's my time. It's my time. That's what I feel like. I mean, he bounced right up and just run off the line. I mean, why is that even happening? Should that not be a penalty? I mean, come on. Call it like you see it. All right, here we go. Leon is going to go for it. 4th and 3, we'll call it. And we'll see what the Bulldogs can do here, and let's see what Leon, if they can get it. Here comes the Bulldogs. They're coming. They're coming. Here they go. They're going to hand it off. No, the quarterback's going to keep it.
Yep, nowhere to go.
No, nowhere to go, and the Bulldogs get a turnover. Huge play. Can you mark a first down on that one, ma'am? No, she cannot.
Great job.
Great job.
Great job by the Bulldog defense. They come up, they stack the line, get in the backfield, and nowhere for number 2, Hepburn, to go, and he gets brought down well short of first down yardage. So the Bulldogs not only take over on downs, but take over on downs deep inside Leon line territory at the Leon 35-yard line.
Yep.
And
Great.
we have just lost the scoreboard. They're doing some.
Hey, Russian Sickle just, nice handoff. A big run by Robinson. I'm telling you, the brothers are really picking it up tonight.
That's 18 for Robinson there. I mean, both of them
they got over 100 yards.
100 yards apiece, well over.
Russian Sickle, the man Hungarian, Mr. Fantasy, 21-7, Niceville. So they're spreading it out. There's Robinson again, right up the middle. Hey, Mr. Robinson. That was a song, right?
Yeah.
But it was Mrs.
Robinson. Yeah.
Mrs. All right, here we go. By the way, where is the score? Where is the
another
clock?
Injured line?
Where another injured? Are you got to be kidding? Look at here. Watch him. Look at him. He's just like, come on, it's my turn. It's my turn. La-da. He'll lay there for a second, watch him bounce up. That's what they've been doing. He's waiting for somebody. It's almost like, and listen, I'm not saying anything more than, are they, if he bounces up and runs over to the sidelines, it's almost like, are they allowing the kids to do that? I mean, it's been going on all night. This is like number 10. And nobody's left on a stretcher. I'm not saying he ain't hurt, but is he hurt just enough so they can slow down the Bulldogs? That's what I'm thinking. Because every time a lot of times it happens, Bulldogs are on the move, and it has slowed play down dramatically. Let's see if he's going to get a stretcher. Oh, he's up. He's fine. He's getting off the field pretty easily.
You don't want to pass judgment.
No, I'm not.
But it makes it hard to whenever you see them walking off like nothing's happened. I mean,
nothing.
If that's one of the and they're not getting called on the carpet by the officials.
No, they're not.
I mean,
here we go. Well, we're fixing to set up. The Bulldogs are going to try to force something here. Twins on the near side, moving right to left. Nocher He's got a couple receivers on one receiver on the top side. They're going to hand off again. Look at here. Some running room and finally brought down, and that's going to be a first down for the Bulldogs.
Yep, that's Robinson again. Picks up about 8 yards inside the 5-yard line, down to the 4. First down and goal to go from the Lion 4-yard line. Now under 10 minutes left to play. Bulldogs trying to put this one out of reach.
Feed Robinson, and that's what he's going to do, and let him run. The line is doing such a great job over here on the left side, just making it happen.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the best blocking we've seen this year has come tonight. They've just done a great job because we haven't had 2 rushers over 100 yards this year. This is a great job. Not that I know. We may have one game, but this is the best running we've seen this year out of 2 running backs. 10 seconds left here. Don't touch the dial.
Guys, listen up. Did you spend too long out on the boat this Saturday fishing? Have you been on the links a little too much? Do you need to get out of the doghouse? Let me tell you where you need to go. Joey the Jeweler. He's on Main Street right by Desi's. He's got tons of beautiful jewels to win your girl back over. And make sure to go like and share his Facebook page. He's always doing great giveaways, so you have a chance to win something free for your girl. So head on over to facebook.com/Joey the Jeweler. Or you guys could just ask Siri what the phone number is.
Hey Siri, what is the phone number to Joey the Jeweler?
Joey the Jeweler's phone number is 850-682-1980.
All right. We've got about 9 minutes left in this ball game, and the Bulldogs trying to put some more points on the board to get another win. How about back-to-back wins? That'd be wonderful. Bulldogs setting up here at about the 2-3 yard line. What's going on here? I'm confused. Where'd Nocher?
Got a little wildcat.
We got wildcat. And we got a penalty.
Reeve. Yeah, illegal substitution against
the
defense.
Against the defense. Well, that's half the yard. That's half the distance. I'll take a yard on that because it's sitting right now on the 2. Does that make it move to the 1? Right, or it's on the 3. It should go to the 1.5. Right?
Yeah.
All right, and it goes to the 1. It was on the 2. Now it's on the 1. There we go.
Maddox Reeves in a wildcat formation for the Bulldogs.
Wow. That's what I said. You know, last week I told Coach, man, you let that guy pound the ball, and that's what they're going to do right here. Let's see. Maddox is going to run it, and he's going to run. He's not even going to get touched. How about that? A touchdown for Maddox Reeves. He had almost an interception run back for a touchdown last week, so he got it.
Yards, actually, and he bounces it outside the right tackle, and nobody there, and it's an easy 1-yard touchdown run for Maddox Reeves.
Maddox Reeves. So he'll go down in the record book now. He can always say, hey, I scored a touchdown. Every lineman's dream. We're going to go for 2 right here. You might as well have been going for 2 most all night. Empty backfield for Nocher. Uh-oh. He's being pressured, but he throws it to the end zone, and nobody's there. There's a flag.
It's going to be pass interference.
Conversion attempt is no good.
Pass interference is going to be called against the Lions. Just got all over number 5, Brayan Phillips. And so the Bulldogs going to get another chance from inside the 2 yard, or about the 1.5 now.
I'll do the same thing I just did.
Yeah.
Give it to the big man. Run that wildcat again. Now they'll try to close that gap, but he can run somebody over. I'm just telling you. But they're not going to do it. They're going to go with let's see, is that Robinson or is that, who is that?
Yes, Robinson.
They're going to hand it to him right here. Or pitch
Little
it to
pitch.
him. And he will not get in. Nope, he will not get in. I don't know if he did or not. The ball was loose, so
He was trying to stretch.
He was trying to stretch. They stopped him right at the goal line. Score 33-14 with 9 minutes left. It feels like it's been 9 minutes for the last hour. We'll be right back.
Hey football fans, this is Greg Watson with Till & Waters Real Estate, here with a thought for potential homebuyers about recent interest changes and their effect on the local market. Fact is, builders and sellers have pretty much adjusted prices to offset interest rate increases. so a monthly payment today is not much different than it was at the beginning of the year. So don't think you might have waited too long to buy a home. Let's get together and find what's out there for you. Drop me a line or give me a call at 256-682-6605, or you can visit my website at gregwatsonrealestate.com.
And we are back. Bulldogs playing. Wow, just the last two games is the best football we've seen out of the Bulldogs in a long time. If you're watching on YouTube, you can a team that sort of turned things around. These brothers, Rogers and Robinson, sophomore and freshman, are just fantastic, and it has been because of the line doing such a great job. And there's a little squib kick over here, and it's hit. The Lions have got to fall on it as it squibbed over and hit the Lions. Number 15 hit his foot, so he had to dive on it. Can you tell me why she threw it? It's on the 35-yard line. I don't know what's going on here. Never mind. They was changing balls. I thought they was about to mark it on the 50. I'm like, what are they doing? Next week, we have our last home game, Dusty. Fort Walton Beach comes to town, and they are much different than they've been the last 2 years.
Yes, they are.
Little all-star team put together. They've come from all over the world. Of course, it's an open school, so they can come from wherever they want to.
Yep.
They've got nice and they put together a really good team down there. It's going to be a good game next Friday night at Jack Foster. Peoples puts a man in motion, look for him to throw it over there. He's done it all night long, and we don't still have him. And it's the same old guy.
Bigham.
And it's almost on it. When he puts a man in motion, I would say he's done it 10 times, and 9 times he's thrown it to him.
Yeah, he goes just that little in motion, catches it in the flats, and turns it upfield and turns it into, 15-plus yards every time.
Flag.
Yeah, it was a little extracurricular at the end.
Don't know who's it on. Let's see. Are they going to call it on the Lions? If they do, that's a very big surprise. Let's see what they call and who they call it on. I'm looking for it to be on the Bulldogs. And let's see what they do. It may be on the Lions. I didn't see it. I wasn't watching. Did you see it or no? There's the flag thrown. He dropped it right there. So we'll see. He dropped it on around the 48-yard line. They're coming over to talk to Coach Grant. So they're probably asking, what do you want to do? They're giving him the option. So it was on the Lions. And, man, does that breeze feel great or what? We're up here on the visitor side in a cage for protection, of course. And it's open, though. I don't know how much protection that is. But a nice little area. And the breeze is coming through now, and it's feeling really nice. Great night for football. They say next Friday night is going to be even nicer. So, and then after that, Coach White's talked to us. He wants us to carry their games over at Walton. They'll have probably at least 2 home games, right, Dusty, being the 1 seed?
Yes, as long as they win that first game, yep. It sounds like coming from Coach Grant.
Well, if they don't win the first game, it don't really matter.
Coming from Coach Grant, it was going to be a personal foul against Leon, but then we got a little mouthy on our side, and I believe it's actually once they mark this off, then they're going to turn around. I don't know why we're doing this, because we're fixing to get an unsportsman.
Is it 15 and 10?
I think it's 15 and 15.
Well, then it should be offsetting penalties.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike against the Bulldogs. So we're going – what? Do they not understand? We're trying to get to supper.
I don't think they know what they're doing. They're going to mark it off. Well, you know what they're going to do is mark it off 17 this way because his feet.
No, he's right back where the flag is.
You've got to be kidding. Is he right back where the flag is? He probably looked at him and said, hey, man, I think I'm right back where I started. I'm going to be honest with you. I've never seen that done.
Go offsetting.
That's what you do with like you're safe at first base. You know, you do that little move there. And I will say the announcer's still in it. He's still in it. It's Thursday night, and they want, I guess, they want their time too. Shotgun formation. Let's see if he puts a man in motion.
There was
he does.
movement. They didn't call it.
And they're going to hand it off this time to Hepburn. Hepburn's hit behind the line of scrimmage, but he's still on his feet. Uh-oh. Is he being chased down? And he's finally brought down. And that should be a loss of some yardage there, shouldn't it, Dusty?
Oh, yeah, big loss of yardage. That's going to be 48, about almost a 10-yard loss on the play. Hepburn trying to make something happen, and Bulldogs just great pursuit all the way around. You had Killian, number 22. You had number 40, Malcolm Haynes. I think you had number 25 over there for the Bulldogs, Max Anderson. Just good pursuit overall by the Bulldog defense.
Sure would have been nice if we could have tackled them inbounds. Mr. Fantasy just texted us update 21. Looks like 21-14 at halftime. Niceville's on top, yes. Man in motion again. Let's see if they come out here to the near side. No, they're going to go long. And they've got a man wide open. Noah's intercepted, Dusty. He had a man open, but he overthrew him, and the Bulldogs got the ball back. And it'll be brought down. Don't lose it. What are we doing? Get down. And the Bulldogs return it to about midfield.
That was number 11 for the Bulldogs, Sean Johns. And the ball, as you were talking about the cool breeze, that breeze picked up and that ball just ballooned on Peoples. And as you call it in baseball, that was a can of corn. For John.
I saw a man wide open in the camera. I'm like, man, there's a man wide open, and I couldn't see the ball, and we caught the ball.
Yeah.
He overthrew him by about 10 yards.
Yeah.
So the Bulldogs have a chance here with 8 minutes left to go ahead and put this game away, and I'll just go ahead and remind everybody, disclaimer, when we get down to a minute or two and we're up by 2 or 3 touchdowns, sayonara. I hope you enjoyed this coverage on a Thursday night. Shotgun formation for the Bulldogs. Nocher's going to hand off to his man who's been doing it all night long.
And on that,
and guess what? On the left side.
That's Dakota Jones coming in now.
Hey, give me some numbers. Who's number 75?
Number 75, that is, I can't tell you because he's not on the roster.
Not on the roster. They have changed. Do you got the new roster?
Yep.
Well, what did they do? He's not on the roster. Well, who is 75? They're moving things
around.
Trying
to give some love out.
Trying to give love to our linemen and can't even do it. Because I know there's a 75 out there. Shotgun formation. They're going to hand it off one more time. It ain't nothing but handoffs from here on out tonight. And another good run on the right side. Oh, excuse me, the left side. Left side. Number 17, Dusty. Who is that?
That is Dakota Jones. And over there on the left side of the line, you got number 58. Okay,
75 is Peyton
Simmons. Yep.
Well, how did that person know we was talking about?
Peyton Simmons, number 75.
Did they hear us talking on the radio?
Yeah, she's listening on YouTube.
Oh, YouTube. I was like, is she got the blowtorch all the way over here? 104.7, we have been known. Remember that time we was driving to Jacksonville?
We was almost a live oak.
And we was almost a live oak when we picked up the blowtorch. Yep. Shotgun formation. And we'll see what he does here. Is a handoff one more time, right up the middle. And a good run. Hey, keep it moving. The clock's at 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Don't do anything.
I won't say that that's been 21 years ago, by the way.
What?
21 years ago. That was in 02 in the run.
Say it ain't so, Dustin.
21 years ago.
That just got me old. I mean, I know I got a gray beard now. I didn't have a gray beard when I started back in 99. I can just tell you that right now. Do I feel old? Or man, that's really – these kids.
Those kids that were seniors in are now pushing 40.
These kids right here wasn't even born whenever I was calling. Shotgun. Going to hand off one more time. This time they pick them up at the line of scrimmage. That's okay. Let's run 3 more plays. Oh, let's see. Is third down now? Does that make it third or fourth?
It's going to be third down
that
now.
Will be third. He changed it pretty quick on me.
Yeah.
5.5 minutes left here in the ballgame. Bulldogs again played fantastic.
Let me do this real quick.
Do it.
58, Isaiah Brooks. 52, Maddox Reeves. 59 is Michael Foley. 75, Simmons. 68, Michael Cole. Doing a great job across that front tonight.
Nocher's going to keep it. He's going to run behind Simmons and pick up a few yards. That'll bring up fourth down. Let it run. Let the play clock run down to 0 or 1 and snap it one more time. Get at least 2 or 3 minutes off the clock on this possession. And, I mean, the first down pretty much cinches the clock to run out unless they start calling timeout. I don't see why they'd call timeout. What is that, 3-possession game there?
Yeah, it's a 3-possession game.
So I don't see them trying to stop the clock. Bulldogs are going to run it down and call a timeout themselves, actually. Why are you doing that, Grant? Dadgummit. They're going to call a timeout. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor, trying to get some food here on the road.
From the smallest ding to the unexpected fender bender, Crestview Painted Body can handle the repairs. Crestview Painted Body works with all insurance companies to make sure that your vehicle is repaired correctly and back into your driveway as quick as possible. Crestview Painted Body, family owned and operated and doing business the right way for over 5 decades. For towing and body repair, 850-682-5257. Crestview Painted Body, for a job done right.
Hello, friends. This is Brandon Martin, General Manager of Blackwater Golf Club here in Crestview, Florida. From the newly renovated 18 holes to the Top Tracer driving range, Blackwater has something to offer for everybody. Open 7 days a week for the best pricing. Book your tee times in advance on our website, golfatblackwater.com.
Jump on it right here is what the songs are saying. 4:30 left. They played some old songs. I like us to play those type of songs that I know. They're going to hand it off. Can we get a first down right here? Oh, almost.
Oh, wait, that's going to be close.
I don't know. Are they going to mark? That lady right there is not going to give a first down.
She kind of veers toward the right.
She moves to the right to try to back it up. What we're going to do, we're going to call a timeout, but watch where the ball's at.
Turnover on downs, first down.
No, they're going to give them the turnover on downs.
They're going to give the turnover on downs. That's okay. With 4 minutes left in the ball game, they need 3 scores, and the Bulldogs defense have been playing great, only giving them. Now, listen, this team mostly beat our eyes out, so.
Go figure.
Go figure. 5-3 team. They had to win tonight to have a shot at the playoffs,
yeah,
right?
They were number 9. So
number 9. They was going to jump Creekside.
Possibly.
Right.
It would have been real close, but this
if they'd have won the next 2 games.
Yeah, because Creekside had a
tough game next week.
Yeah.
And that's why we thought maybe that was what's going to happen. They played a Michael Jackson song. They played a Phil Collins.
You send me around.
A lot of 80s music. Let's just put it that way.
It's got that little techno sound.
My brother told me that, you know that song that Phil Collins where the drums go do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. He said that's what we used to listen to on Fridays before the game. We'd drive around him and Dustin Johnson or whatever that guy. What was that? Hester? What? I can't remember his name. Here we go. Shotgun formation. They're going to try to go low. Oh, brought down. What a great job. What defensive play tonight for the Bulldogs. Probably the best defensive game we've seen.
32 and number 14 for the Bulldogs getting in for that sack. That would be Jaywin Edwards and number 40.
14. 32. Here,
32.
Look at here. Look, it's my time. It's my time.
Studmeyer.
54 said, hey, it's time for you to come and see me now. I'm just tired, man. I'm tired. Look at him say, get up. Look at him. He didn't even say, we couldn't get away with that with Emerald Coast.
No.
Officiating. No way. I've got Santa Claus out there. I got Santa Claus. And I got there's Santa Claus right there. If you're watching YouTube, he's out there. He's ready to go back to the North Pole, it looks like. No clock left. 4 minutes. I don't even know that they have
taken the scoreboard down.
They have taken the scoreboard down. If this is anything like November the 2nd, 2020, we may be a tie ball game when the scoreboard comes back up. Just saying.
Oh.
That Philadelphia count. Shotgun formation. Bulldogs trying to go home with a win. Little screen pass out to the top side. Has some room. But the Bulldogs is there. And how about a great job? Just great hustle tonight for the Bulldogs defense. I mean, just a complete package tonight for the Bulldogs, Dusty.
Yeah, it's been some great playing on both sides of the ball. Defense has given up some plays to Bingham a few times.
Yep,
A
that's
couple
true.
of turnovers have caused some short fields. But overall, defensively, it played great. Offensively, played great. Can't say enough about Rogers and Robinson in the game that they played.
Yep.
Turtles had a decent game at quarterback tonight.
Yes.
Yep.
Man in motion. Peoples drops back. He's being blitzed hard. He's got to get rid of it. And incomplete. And that was one of the things that Coach said. They're going to put super pressure on the quarterback, and they've done a great job doing that tonight. 2:54 left in. It is 9:30 local time. We thought we'd be out of here. At the first half went by so fast. I told Dusty, I said, we're looking at being out of here by 9:15, but the halftime show got a little out of hand. And then we had so many injuries. Grass to get a break. Quarterback Peoples being blitzed hard again.
Nope.
I'm going to tell you something right now. The Bulldogs came to play tonight, boys. Number 30.
32 again.
2 again, man. He has had a game. He's got to be the defensive player of the game.
And Zy Range, also number 34 over there to help. 14 again. Juwan Edwards coming off the left side, applying the pressure, forces Peoples over into the sack. Bulldogs take over on downs. 2:45 left to play. Let's see before we sign off if we can get the Bulldogs into the end zone one last time.
One more time. And
got a new quarterback checking in.
For the Bulldogs?
Yep, Colt Shores, number 29.
All right, let's see what we got here. He's just going to hand the ball off anyways, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Can you hand the ball off 3 more times to run it down? Do not snap the ball until it gets to 1 on the play clock. I mean, time management. Let's get the time management down. I'm a big stickler on that. With no reason to snap it with 20 seconds left, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Coach Grant doing a great job managing the clock tonight, working it. And he said he loves this kind of weather. Bigger guys love cold weather. Great job, 7-6-5, working it all the way down to about 2 seconds before you snap the ball. What a great job. Going to hand off and just hit the line of scrimmage. And that's going to be pretty much the ball game. So here's what we're going to do. If you don't mind, we're going to call it, Dusty. It's 33-14. Bulldogs have won this game 100%, correct?
I would say
100%.
Yes.
There's just nothing that can happen. I tell you what, we're gonna give them this series. Let's give them this series. It's 3rd and 10. They stopped the clock. They called a dadgum timeout. Leon called a timeout to think. I guess they thought they were gonna. I don't know. Maybe they think they're still in it. Appreciate all of our sponsors this year. We'll go over them next Friday night, but they're going to be carrying our game and helping us with Walton. We don't know who they're going to play yet. The winner tomorrow night of Godby and Gadsden will play. They'll be the 8th seed, and they will play Walton at Walton. Walton does not want Gadsden. They win double overtime last week, and they don't want to have to turn around and face them again. They want Godby. So Godby, they're rooting for Godby tomorrow night. Walton has Pensacola, so they're sort of off with Pensacola only scoring 1 touchdown this year. One more, maybe 2 more plays for the Bulldogs on offense. Quarterback's going to keep it. Look at here, and he's going to slide down. And just running as much time off the clock they can with 1:40. We'll run it down 30 seconds. It'll be about 1 minute when they snap it, and that'll be pretty much the ball game. Appreciate everybody tuned in tonight. Hope everything went well. We tried to get, hopefully the internet, they said it buffered a couple times first half. Hopefully second half it didn't buffer too much on you. Appreciate you guys. We will see you next. Let's wait. It's 4th down. Let's give them one more snap, and then we'll call it a night with 1 minute left here in the ball game. We're going to let them snap it one more time, and we'll call it a night. We got a long trip back. Appreciate it. And here's the snap. We're going to throw it. Uh-oh. And it is.
Touchdown.
You won't believe it, but a touchdown.
That's the reason we stayed on right there.
That's why we stayed on. How about that kid throwing a touchdown? There's a flag. You know why? Because they celebrated.
Colt Shores
and guess
to number 6.
Picked it up. She picked it up and said, I'm going to throw it again. I'm going to pick it up and throw it again. Guess what? It really don't matter. She wanted to throw a penalty so bad because we made a touchdown. She honestly threw a flag on cheering for a touchdown. That's amazing. Well, hey, listen, what a great game for the Bulldogs. Your final score, let's wait to see if they make it. Now it is 39-14, and that is the best performance, absolutely the best performance that we've seen the Bulldogs. You've already read Dusty. I was looking at Dusty. She wanted a little time for herself. A lot of people wanted time tonight. I feel like I had 25 timeouts for these kids falling down on the ground. We didn't have one injury ball. Not one. They had 12 balls down, and it is blocked. And that's going to be your final score, 39-14.